Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Lord, the halo has increased 10,000 times, and the start is full. Chapter 61. With the release of skills. A fiery red flame suddenly spread out from Qin Feng. With terrifying power, the surrounding space is torn apart. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of an explosion that was so violent that the sky and the earth paled came again. The entire event map trembled violently. The students who were huddled in the stronghold of the Holy Flare Legion were stunned again. What happened? An explosion of this scale, could it be that a supernatural powerhouse self-destructed? Hey, what a powerful energy this is. I wiped. This world activity is too crazy. Is this really a beginner map activity? Yeah, I beg you guys to end the event soon. I'm going home. Go back home. Now the whole novice map scorched earth level has been stacked to level 100, go back and die. After a minute, Qin Feng also slowly opened his eyes. He also took a deep breath. So tragic. Within sight, the gigantic body of the monarch of flames made of raging flames was already shattered, and only the left half of the hill-like body remained. And the goddess of flames is even more direct, and has already fainted and lay there without image. A one-time loss of 99% of your health. Even the goddess of flames can't stand it, and she is directly in a state of serious injury. The body of the Lord of Flames fell to the ground piece by piece. Its voice was full of rage. Human, you will pay the price. Qin Feng laughed. The blood strips are so bottomed out, why are they still here to pretend to be Nima? The damage dealt by Qin Feng was definitely beyond the standard, and the Lord of Flame also had life-saving equipment on his body, so he was able to survive. But its blood volume is only maintained at about 0.01%. Qin Feng didn't hesitate and waved his hand directly. Immediately, countless pale green arrows burst out of the sky. Shish. -8.4W. 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 Qin Feng's damage numbers are not high. But its blood bar is still slowly descending. The Monarch of Flames is obviously also anxious. Although the seal has been broken, but the Goddess of Light, she just sealed the entire event map. That is to say, it can't escape at all. It also hurriedly said, Human, as long as you swear allegiance to the Great Lord of Flame BDCF, I will give you a crowned unit. I will give you a hidden occupation. Give you a beauty, Goddess of Flame, be your slave. Noisy. Qin Feng also picked out his ears. Naturally he was too lazy to pay attention to it. The Lord of Flame also waved his arms desperately and launched a frantic attack. Then, it didn't work, and it was even returning blood for Qin Feng and the Goddess of Flames. 30 minutes later, boom, in the unwilling roar of the Lord of Flame, the huge body also exploded with a bang. Immediately, the rumbling sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, your troops successfully killed the Lord of Flame Shenzhen level boss and gained 700 billion experience points and 700 billion activity points. 9. Ding dong, you triggered the highest experience aura LV 10,000 and your troops gained 7,000 trillion experience points. Ding dong, you triggered the Supreme Points Halo IV 8,000 and you got 5,600 trillion activity points. Ding dong, it is detected that all your units have reached the full level. The current experience value has been converted into proficiency. The current proficiency, 4,202 trillion 10 trillion. Ding dong, it is detected that your proficiency is full. Your proficiency pool has been upgraded, and the efficiency has increased to 70%. The current proficiency, 4,202 trillion 100 trillion. Ding dong, it is detected that your proficiency is full, and your proficiency pool has been upgraded. Ding dong, it is detected that your proficiency is full, your proficiency pool has been upgraded, and the efficiency has increased to 90%. The current proficiency, 4,202 trillion 10,000 trillion. Ding dong, announcement from the universe. The Lord of the Dragon Kingdom Tyrant successfully killed the Lord of Flame Shenzhen level boss as the first human player to kill the Shenzhen level boss. Hereby reward, dazzling boss bright treasure chest Shenzhen grade reputation value plus 1 billion. 5. Ding dong, your reputation value is already the highest among human beings, and you have plundered the title of the player Light Snow Wuan King of Human Race Limited only. Ding dong, your reputation value has been listed on the personal reputation ranking, and you will unlock attribute bonuses after entering the main world. The rumbling sound of the system sounded, and the entire universe was silent. One by one, like seeing a ghost. I'm rubbing it, this is killing a Shenshuan level powerhouse. Hey, it was more than 10 years ago that the last time a divine profound level powerhouse was killed in the universe. This tyrant is still a rookie. How did he do it? Is it a special novice boss? Impossible. The Monarch of Flames, recorded in our clan, is definitely a very powerful god-level boss. I say, Blue Star made a mess in an instant. Killing a god-level boss is different from a legendary level. Must go down in history. Although Qin Feng had offended many countries before, in general, most people in the human race were still very excited. In the past, any Shenshuan level powerhouse could coerce Blue Star. But today, the human race also has a god-level first kill. But other races have other thoughts. This tyrant, in less than a day, he actually won all the first kills of gold, purple gold, epic, legend, and Shenshuan level bosses. Hey, our universe has a history of millions of years, and countless races have replaced the past, but no matter which race it is, there has never been such a genius. Even the gods, demons and dragons on the dominant side. This tyrant must die, otherwise, the rise of the human race is inevitable. As soon as this sentence came out, everyone was silent. They know best what a peerless powerhouse will bring to a race. In the past, the human race was just a low-level race, and there were not many strong people at all, and they never put Blue Star in their eyes. But now, they all felt threatened. At this time, a demon suddenly said, "Everyone, the monarch of the elemental race was killed for no reason, the human race must give an explanation." That's right, yeah, the Lord of Flames, but the leader of the fire element, if it dies, the entire plane of fire will be in chaos. The tyrant disregards the safety of the entire universe for his own benefit. Human, you must give an explanation. For a time, countless races were filled with righteous indignation. Other races also chose to remain silent. Qin Feng is really too strong, and they don't want to have such terror. Very quickly, almost less than a minute, hundreds of races issued a so-called ultimatum to the Human Federation, demanding the execution of the tyrant. Otherwise, the coalition forces of hundreds of races will attack the Blue Star. I want an explanation. And Qin Feng, naturally, he doesn't care about what the outside world thinks. Qin Feng also took a deep breath. This wave, the harvest can be said to be quite rich. The system stopped after a dozen beeps. First of all, plundered the title of the Emperor of Light Snow Wuan. It can be said that the title that can only be obtained by the person with the highest prestige value is very rare. And light blood without traces. Qin Feng also twitched the corner of his mouth. How did you provoke this old witch? Light Snow Wuan, he is the #1 expert of the Dragon Kingdom. He is already detached from other things on weekdays, and he doesn't have much contact with the common things on Blue Star. Qin Feng did not expect that her prestige value is actually the highest among human beings. At this time, he also opened the title book and looked at it. King of Human Race. Description. A title that only the king of a race can have. As long as it is of the same race, you will be convinced. Grade 1. Grade. Shenshuan only limited. Effect. 1. The attack and defense value of all ethnic units is plus 500%. 2. The damage dealt to human troops is plus 500%, which is fixed as true damage. 3. Human Emperor's prestige. After use, the morale of all enemy Terran troops within 20,000 yards will return to 0 for 1 hour. Cooling. 7 days. Tips. When there is a human player with a higher reputation than you, the title will be taken away. This title is too outrageous. Seeing the effect of the title, Qin Feng also murmured slightly. The attribute value is definitely seriously exceeded. 2 attributes, one increases the strength of one's own Terran troops. The other is to increase the damage value to other ethnic troops. Combining the two is a world apart. You must know that when humans enter war, the arms in the basic barracks are only human troops. This is also the nature of this game. Moreover, the race of troops and lords will directly affect morale and loyalty. Human troops and human players naturally have the highest degree of fit. And elves, dwarves are also doable. However, if it cooperates with some demons and undead, it is very easy to mutiny. Ordinary lords are extremely difficult to control. Therefore, ordinary human players should give priority to cultivating human troops. In this way, the role of this title is very large. And the third attribute, even made Qin Feng call him a pervert. Destroyed morale. The troops collapsed directly, and they didn't care about anything at all, they just ran away. It can be said that in order to deal with Qin Feng in the future, other races must be used. The only downside is that the CD is a bit long. As for what was taken away by others, Qin Feng also laughed. Just by killing a Shenxuan level boss, his reputation value will get a full 1 billion. Even if Qin Feng hangs up and doesn't move, other people can't surpass it for decades. At this time, he also took a deep breath, and a huge hole had appeared in the place where the Lord of Flame was originally. The Lord of Flame is himself a creature born from the hottest flames. After death, it turned into a spark of sparks and completely dissipated. But Qin Feng also rubbed his hands. Below the Lord of Flames, there were countless glittering trophies. He also took a deep breath, the first kill of the Shenxuan level boss. What can burst out? Qin Feng didn't hesitate, and suddenly took it out. The sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and obtained the Curse of the Lord of Flames Shenzhen level *2000. 3. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and obtained the Flaming Cloak Shenzhen level *2000. 5. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Aura LV2000 and obtained the Large Divine Power Crystal Fire *12000. 5. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Aura LV2000 and obtained the Fire Godhead Fragment *8000. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Aura LV2000 and obtained the Fire Plane Teleportation Scroll *20000. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and obtained the Wall of Flame Shenzhen Grade *40000. 5. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and got the Most Advanced City Relocation Token *2000. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and obtained the Proof of Divine Profound *2000. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV2000 and got gold coins *98 billion. This wave can be said to be a big explosion. Rao is Qin Feng, and he can't help but take a breath. This time, it was not an ordinary world announcement that was triggered. It is the world's first kill for the entire human race. The rewards are still very powerful, and countless Shenxuan level equipment and props have been directly exposed. However, Qin Feng didn't check the backpack for the first time. His gaze fell on the Goddess of Flame beside him. The Goddess of Flames lay on the ground in a very shapeless manner, her pale cheeks lost all blood and became as pale as paper. Lost 99% of your health in one go. She was clearly not feeling well. But she still shares her health with Qin Feng, and countless green numbers of +9999999 are also on her head. Within seconds, she woke up. The bright eyes of the Goddess of Flame stared at Qin Feng, and said angrily, "Human, did you actually treat me like this?" Qin Feng shrugged his shoulders and looked at the flaming fire stone ring on his finger. The limited time equipment in the event is directly issued by the will of the heavens. Only this kind of equipment can execute completely according to the data and carry terrifying energy that exceeds the divine level. This kind of equipment can deal as much damage as theoretically. Otherwise, a small epic equipment could not bear such terrifying energy at all, and it would have shattered long ago. Qin Feng is also a reincarnated person who knows so many secrets in order to accomplish today's feat. Ingenuity, opportunity, and courage are all three indispensable. He smiled and said, "Don't be so irritable, I helped you kill the Lord of Flame, you have no enemies in the entire plane of fire." Puff! The flame goddess was so angry that she spat out a mouthful of blood. This man, too shameless, she is not a human player, and she can fully restore her blood by drinking medicine. She is seriously injured now. It takes a long time to heal. Moreover, she initially estimated that even if her strength was restored, it could only be restored to the legendary 9th rank at most. It can be said that in this wave, she really lost to her grandmother's house. Forehead. Qin Feng scratched his face and looked at the blood spurting from the goddess of flames. Can this thing be called blood? He was too lazy to talk to her, and said directly, I'll give you two choices now, the first one. He paused, his expression full of murderous intent. I will make up for the knife, and then, die. The awe-inspiring murderous aura made the goddess of flames breathless. This man, I really want to kill her. Moreover, she also had to believe that Qin Feng had this ability. Her life is not much stronger than that of the Lord of Flames. Of course, our lives are still connected, and I don't want to kill myself. Qin Feng shrugged his shoulders, put away his murderous aura, raised two fingers, and said, Second, surrender to me, we can cooperate and win-win. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Hearing this, a question mark instantly appeared on the little head of the flame goddess. This man, are you a fool? He actually wanted to submit to a Shenxuan-level powerhouse. She really wanted to ask him, do you know what it means to be a Shenxuan-level powerhouse? Don't say anything else. He thought he could limit a divine profound-level powerhouse. Don't rush to refuse, I promise to help you conquer the entire plane of fire, and… Qin Feng also paused slightly and said, help you get the goddess of water. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Hearing this, the flame goddess also had an earthquake in her pupils, and her expression changed drastically. She looked at Qin Feng stubbornly. What do you know? I know a lot. Qin Feng looked at her faintly, and said no more. The goddess of flames is really a weak chicken, the existence at the bottom of the Shenxuan level. In her previous life, she died miserably. Certainly. Qin Feng just gave it a try, even if she didn't agree. Adding another god-level boss, although it is not as rich as the first kill, and you will die together, but only the reputation and luck you can get, it is very fragrant. Go. At this time, the flame goddess was fighting between heaven and man, and her expression was extremely hesitant. In the end, just when Qin Feng's patience was about to run out, she bit her lip and spit out 4 words, Chapter 3. Qin Feng's eyes lit up and said, you say it. The flame goddess said, first, I can leave at any time. Want to fart? In this regard, Qin Feng naturally refused directly. What are you kidding? Leave anytime. Then he took her for a fart. Hearing this, the cheeks of the goddess of flames were instantly stunned. Nima, the first condition is frozen. Qin Feng also sneered and raised a finger. 100 years, you have served me for at least 100 years. The expression of the flame goddess changed again. Serving a human being for 100 years. This is too humiliating. Then, she gave in. The flame goddess is naturally unwilling to die. Among the gods and mysterious powerhouses, she is already the youngest group. 693. And, the Lord of Flame just died, isn't the plane of fire her world? The sovereignty of the plane of fire, which has been fought for thousands of years, is now in front of her eyes. How could she die like this? What's more, 100 years, for her, was just a flick of a finger. Certainly, having said so much, she was just making an excuse for herself. With her face full of humiliation, she reluctantly stretched out her white fingers. Next moment, the hot energy slowly floated out. Ding dong, Fire Goddess wants to sign a contract with you. She will serve you for 100 years, but the contract stipulates that you cannot take any LSP behavior against her. Do you agree? Agree. Qin Feng naturally agreed. LSP behavior. Ha ha, what do you take him for? Cough cough. He admitted that he just thought about it for a while. And as the flame goddess handed over part of her soul, the rumbling world announcement suddenly sounded. Ding dong, world announcement. The large-scale world event Flame Doomsday has ended, and the system is being liquidated. Thank you for everything you have done to the war continent. Ding dong, world announcement. After the liquidation is over, all players can consume points and exchange rewards through the Fire Element Merchant in the territory. Ding dong, world announcement. All players will be forced to teleport out of the event map. Please count your items. Countdown, 4 minutes 59. The rumbling world announcement fell, and all the senior high school students were a little stunned. What happened? They had already died in the previous explosion, and at this time, before they had time to think about it, extremely terrifying numbers appeared on the top of their heads. I said. The scorched earth level of the entire novice map has been superimposed to level 100, which is a piece of shit. Nima, I will die as soon as I live, I can't live for 2 seconds at all. It doesn't matter if the troops are dead, but the building actually takes damage. How does Nima play? Ah, are you so sick with the will of the heavens? This world event is specifically for playing with us, right? Hee, that is, there was a tyrant hanging on the wall first, and then there was an inexplicable explosion, and now everyone has no points at all. This event store has a bullshit. The students are naturally a gentle and easygoing. I have to say, their trip to this big event was a very poor experience. Simply no gaming experience. First, I met Qin Feng, who was hanging on the wall. I was robbed of various game rewards, and then I was inexplicably killed by an unknown AoE. If you die, but you don't have any points, that's fine. The entire novice map was a sea of fire, and the troops died instantly. But some students are secretly glad that this result is very good. Level 100 Scorched Earth buff. The blood loss every second has reached an extremely terrifying level. It doesn't matter if you're a genius or trash, it's a seckle. That is to say, all the students have returned to the same starting line again. At this time, Qin Feng also looked at the goddess of flames, who was still full of humiliation in front of him with satisfaction. Part of her soul was mastered by Qin Feng. Even if she wanted to die, she would be a bit out of luck. Once Qin Feng crushed her soul, even if she didn't die, her strength would at least drop to epic level. For a strong man who has been immersed in the gods and profound levels for thousands of years, it is countless times more uncomfortable than death. And this time, the flame goddess also did not hesitate, and directly stretched out her hand. What about the godhead fragment that the Lord of Flames exploded? It is the commander of the fire element, and with its godhead, I can better rule the fire element family. Qin Feng also rolled his eyes. Then, randomly lost 1,000 in the past. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. The eyes of the flame goddess also widened instantly. 1,000 godhead fragments, real or fake, she was also quick-witted and hurried over. With these godhead fragments, she can master the fire element family in minutes. At this time, she was already Qin Feng's unit. In an instant, he enjoyed Qin Feng's several halos. With the degree of control she has over the power of the fire element, she can naturally feel. Her fire resistance actually exceeds 100%. This is too incredible. You know, whether it is she or the Lord of Flames, they are already creatures born from the hottest flames. The fire resistance has been full, but it is only about 99%. Going up, it will be restricted by the rules of the world, which is absolutely impossible. Thinking of this, she looked at Qin Feng with a hint of fear in her bright eyes. This man, what the hell is going on? At this time, Qin Feng also smiled slightly and threw 1,000 pieces of large-scale flame power to the goddess of flame. Looking at the fiery red crystal in the jade's hand, the flame goddess was shocked again. Divine power is difficult to accumulate, and ordinary gods rely on the prayers of believers day and night to obtain divine power. For elemental gods like the fire goddess, as long as someone in the universe uses fire magic, her divine power will automatically increase. But, even for her, 1,000 pieces of divine power would have to be accumulated over several years. Countless thoughts flashed in my heart, but the body of the flame goddess was still very honest. The white jade hand swept away in an instant, and in an instant, countless divine powers were taken away. What a joke! With this 1,000 pieces of divine power, she can fully recover from this injury. After obtaining the divine power, the flame goddess was also in a good mood. After obtaining Qin Feng's approval, she also left in a daze. As long as Qin Feng calls, she will appear in Qin Feng's territory in minutes. At this time, Qin Feng was also exhaling. The goddess of fire is also on a whim. There is a Shenshuan-level powerhouse as a wage earner, which is much more powerful than the equipment that burst out after killing her. 100 years. Ha ha. Qin Feng is confident that it will not take long before he ascends the throne. At that time, the flame goddess still wants to run away. At the same time, the countdown on the screen also ended. The rumbling sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, you have been forcibly teleported out of Purgatory of Flames. Ding dong, world announcement. the liquidation is over, and the ranking rewards have been issued according to the ranking. Please check it in time for all players. Ding dong, national announcement. In this event, Longguo ranked first in the country ranking, and all Longguo players will receive the following rewards. Within 7 days, the offensive and defensive value of all Longguo Senior 3 players' troops plus 20%. Ding dong, congratulations, you ranked first in the personal ranking in this event, and you will receive the following rewards. Within 7 days, the unit's attack and defense value plus 100%. Ding dong, it was detected that your contribution in the event is extremely high, and you have unlocked a new title, One Person's War Legendary. The title has been collected in the title book, please check it in time. Ding dong, your title book has been upgraded, it is currently at the gold level, and the effect of all titles is increased by 20%. At this time, with a burst of bright teleportation light, Qin Feng had already left the event map and returned to his own territory. Qin Feng was also slightly surprised. The entire novice map is red. A terrifying aura enveloped the entire continent, and hot flames gushing out from the ground could be seen everywhere. The Lord Hall of the students was immediately destroyed, and they could only choose to rebuild the territory. The situation that they were not rich in the first place was made worse. At the same time, the entire novice map, the scorched earth level is directly covered to level 100. That is to say, every second, everyone's troops will be subject to extremely high damage values. This value, even if it is a meat shield type crowned unit, if the fire attribute resistance is not high, it will be instantly killed. And, even more terrifying, this buff will last for a whole day. How does this make other people live? And when I got to Qin Feng's side, it was very comfortable. Every second, extremely dark green numbers jumped out on the heads of all the troops. But, the monsters in the entire novice map are now all dead, and even those super fire elements with extremely high fire resistance are now too dead to die. At this time, Qin Feng also glanced at the system prompt. As the first place in the 2 leaderboards, the system also issued corresponding rewards. Under the country leaderboard, all Dragon Kingdom players' troops will increase their attack and defense value by 20%. The value is not particularly high, but 13 is very terrifying in terms of the number of players in the Dragon Kingdom. In the personal rankings, Qin Feng once again got a 100% attack and defense bonus. Under the superposition of the 2, within 7 days, the offensive and defensive values of all his troops will increase by 120%. Qin Feng felt very good about this value. At this time, he opened his backpack and looked at the explosive equipment from the Lord of Flames. The Curse of the Lord of Flame. Explanation. The ring condensed by the fire of the soul of the Monarch of Flames contains the resentment generated when it dies, and can directly cast a curse on the opponent's soul. Level 200. Grade Shenshuan 7th grade. Type Hero Equipment Ring. Attribute Brave of Flame. Divine Skill curses a player, causing all troops to receive 2000 fire damage per second. This buff will exist forever, death cannot be lifted, and units above the 7th rank of Shenshuan can try to resolve it. Consumption 200 Divine Power. Restriction after use, the equipment will disappear permanently. Hiss. Even Qin Feng took a deep breath when he saw the effect of this ring. Is this the divine weapon of the 7th rank of Shenshuan? This attribute, love love love. The properties of this ring are simply rude, without any bells and whistles. Directly inflict 2000 fire damage per second to all units of a person. This number may not be high, but, the buff lasts forever. What is outrageous is that the skill directly acts on the soul of the player, even if it dies, the buff cannot be lifted. If you want to resolve the buff, you must have a master who is above the 7th rank of Shenshuan. But the problem is, in the entire universe, there are not many powerhouses above the 7th rank of Shenshuan. What's more, to resolve such divine power skills also consumes divine power. Who is so lazy and willing to resolve skills for you? It can be said that as long as Qin Feng exerts this curse skill, it can be said that he can directly quit the game. If it is an ordinary online game, you can also choose to delete the account and replay it. But Wart did not delete the account. Once you are recruited, you can only admit that you are unlucky. Moreover, some players who have been deeply integrated with the game, such as players above the 5th rank, have won this skill, but it will directly spread to reality. That is to say, little life is hard to protect. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also felt that this ring was a little too perverted. The skill is very strong, and it naturally consumes a lot of divine power. 200 units of divine power, I am afraid that not many people in the entire human race can come up with it. But that is for ordinary people. Qin Feng here, there is simply not too much divine power. At the same time, this piece of equipment is clearly a one-time item. But the problem is, Qin Feng triggered the harvest halo and got 2,000 pieces directly. It's gone, no pain at all. The only pity is, this ring is level 200, Qin Feng can't use it now. Shaking his head, Qin Feng had no choice but to put the ring away temporarily, and instead looked at the other trophies. Next, is a very rare cloak equipment. The cloak was hot, smooth and delicate, and there was a faint scorching flame on the surface. Qin Feng is also checking its properties. Fire cloak. Explanation. A cloak made of the hottest primordial flame on the plane of fire. In order to make this cloak, the monarch of flames had been weakened for hundreds of years due to overdrawn divine power. Level 200. Grade Shenshuan 7th grade. Type Hero equipment. Defense 4.3 W. Attributes 1. Physical strength plus 7,000, spirit plus 7,000. 2. Can fly, move speed 5 when flying, consume 1,000 mana points per second. 3. God Flame Bodyguard Divine Power Skill. Immune to magical damage released by individuals below the divine level and units below the divine class. 4. Flame Shield Divine Skill. Forms a fire attribute shield with a maximum health value of 100, which will be consumed first when attacked. Regenerates 1% per second when the shield is damaged. After it is completely broken, it will regenerate after 3 minutes, and each time the shield is generated, it will consume 10 divine power. Qin Feng felt that this divine level cloak was a bit outrageous. The first is the high and terrible defense value. More than 40,000 defense points. This number, even if it is the crowned arms, if there is no special equipment and skill blessing, it will not be able to break the defense at all. The 4 attributes are also very powerful. The first one directly increases physical strength and spirit by 7,000 points. What does that mean? This means that even if the average person is at full level, there is absolutely not so much physical strength or spirit. This is too scary. The 2 attributes of physical strength and spirit are naturally still very important. Especially the attributes of war will affect the reality, these 2 attributes. It can be said that Qin Feng can come to Qin Feng times a night. The second is that you can fly. There are not many such equipment. Generally speaking, if players want to fly, they still have to rely on mounts. There is naturally a mount system in war, and some mounts can be combined with arms to form new arms. Of course, assembling arms is a very late game. As for the mana consumed per second of flying, Qin Feng naturally ignored it. With Supreme Magic Recovery Aura, are you still afraid of this magic power consumption? After that, the 2 divine power skills became very terrifying. The first skill is directly immune to the magic damage of individuals below the divine level and troops below the divine class. The so-called divine arms are the high-level arms that are generated by divine power above the crowned arms, and are generally only possessed by the extremely powerful divine profound level powerhouses. In other words, Qin Feng can completely ignore all the magical attacks of the race. The second skill is to directly add a shield that can regenerate infinitely. The health bar of the shield can only be said not to be too thick. You must know that Qin Feng is still connected to the flame goddess. If this skill takes effect, he will produce tens of trillions of blood in minutes. It's still a pity, it's still level 200 equipment. Such terrifying equipment, think about it, it is full level. Qin Feng could only throw it into his backpack first. He also sighed, it seems that he has to find a way to find the master's potion. The so-called master potion can reduce the requirements for the use of equipment. Qin Feng believes that after a wave of halo extraction, it is possible to equip these 2 artifacts. Immediately after that, there were countless tokens that released mysterious rays of light. The highest level relocation token. Explanation. The relocation token from the will of the heavens is more advanced than the relocation order created by any force, and can relocate the territory under any number of conditions. Grade 1. Grade Max. Effect. Relocate the territory to the current coordinates. Rao is Qin Feng, and his eyes widened when he saw the effect of the most advanced city relocation token. In war, the importance of territory is self-evident. In the war continent, the distribution of resources is naturally not balanced. Some places are extremely rich, various resource points are constantly available, and there are also good camp strongholds as bodyguards around. In some places, the resources are extremely poor, and there are evil forces that patronize them all year round. Therefore, moving is very important. Especially in novice continent, students naturally found some resource-rich locations. But, at this stage, no one has released the relocation order at all. At the same time, the general relocation order also has various restrictions. The level needs to be at least 20, and has a very long CD. However, Qin Feng's highest level relocation order does not have any CD, and there is no level requirement. That is to say, where can Qin Feng go and move his territory to? And, it can be directly airborne on the Blue Star. Originally, when the Lord's territory came to Blue Star, it must be approved by the Human Race Federation. This is the privilege given to the Federation of Human Races by the will of the heavens, and no matter how powerful the powerhouse is, it cannot be changed. However, the moving order of the highest level obviously does not have such restrictions. When it comes to the second order lord, it is already possible to bring game equipment and props into reality. Thinking of this, Qin Feng's eyes also flashed a dangerous light. Some people dance very well. Immediately after that, there were countless dark red city walls that released a scorching aura. Wall of Fire. Description. It is made of high-grade rock from the plane of fire. It has been soaked in hot flames for thousands of years without breaking, and its defense ability is extremely amazing. Grade 1. Grade. Shenshuan. Durability. 8,000 trillion. Defense. 120 W. Attributes. 1. Physical damage reduction by 50%, immunity to fire damage, magic resistance plus 50% for all departments. 2. When attacked, there is a 30% chance to release a round of rain of fire on the enemy. 3. All the surrounding land with 3 W yards will get Scorched Earth LV20, 30 W yards will get Scorched Earth LV10, and 300 W will get Scorched Earth LV5. Upgrade required. Basic resources 100 W, Magic Crystal 100 W, Flaming Rock *1000, Advanced Architecture. Seeing the properties of the city wall, Qin Feng also took a deep breath. That's what it's called, a city wall. City walls, defense towers, and various defense facilities have always been sought-after items in the market. On the one hand, it is very important, on the other hand, the explosion rate is too low. And this wall of flames, it just shouldn't be too strong. Just the basic attributes, it is seriously supermodel, and the defense value has reached a terrifying 120 W point. This is so special, anyway, in Qin Feng's perception, even if the full-level crowned arms of the strongest human race comes, they will definitely not break the defense. And the durability value is a full 8,000 trillion points. With this value, even Qin Feng took a deep breath. As for the 3 skills, none of them are fancy. The first skill directly reduces half of the damage value, whether it is physical damage or magic damage, it can be said that the flesh is directly doubled. The second skill is a very strong counterattack skill. The Wall of Flames is obviously not purely fleshy. When attacked, there is a 30% chance to directly trigger a round of rain of fire. This skill is a level 40 mage skill, with a strong range of AoE. Skills don't have any consumption value in CD yet, it's like a bug. At last, it is the unique buff, Scorched Earth, of the Plane of Fire. The closer you get to these walls, the higher the level of the Scorched Earth buff. The most central area directly reached level 20. At this level, the damage per second has reached tens of millions. Even if an ordinary boss comes, they will die. The most terrifying thing is that this is still a level 1 attribute. The buildings in war also have grades. When Qin Feng collects all the upgrade materials for the buildings, the properties of the city walls will be even more terrifying. In the end, there are countless fragments of Godhead, crystals of divine power, and proofs of divine profoundness. The first 2, of course, can never be too much. Godhead fragments, in addition to condensing complete gods, can also be used to create artifacts. And divine power is like the blue bar of ordinary mortals, and it is necessary to release many divine power skills, or to ascend to the divine position. But the final proof of the profound still has no attributes. Qin Feng is also speechless. He has already won the first kills at the purple gold, epic, legendary, and divine profound levels, but he still doesn't have any use for it. Could it be that, have to let him get the first kill of the holy glory again? Thinking of this, he is also speechless. The human race doesn't even have a god-level powerhouse, and is it still holy? At this time, Qin Feng also temporarily closed the backpack. In his backpack there was still a great gift bag of the mysterious level, but he remembered that the first person who submitted the quest for the second order lord would be rewarded with lucky points. Luck value is closely related to the probability of shipment. Qin Feng is also looking at his territory. There is not much change in the territory, only the Lord Hall stands alone, but it is enveloped by a layer of strange tranquil energy. At this moment, a slender figure slowly came to Qin Feng. A faint scent of fragrance hit. Qin Feng also looked over. In front of him was a slender girl wearing a simple dress. Her golden hair reached her waist, but her skin was dazzlingly white. Obviously, this is the SSS level hero he recruited before, Territory Steward Eliza. But Qin Feng also raised his eyebrows. The girl's two eyes glowed with a heart-warming golden light. Soon, Eliza's two bright eyes completed the crescent moon, and said to Qin Feng with a smile, Lord, I'm Eliza. Qin Feng asked tentatively, God race. Blonde hair, golden eyes, and delicate to perfect cheeks are the symbols of Protoss women. Eliza was slightly taken aback. What Protoss? Looking at the girl's confused expression, Qin Feng also let out a long breath. It's easy to do if it's not the Protoss. Protoss is really arrogant, and it's a bit difficult to get along with. Qin Feng decided not to think about it for the time being, and he opened her attribute panel. Elisa. Description. A mysterious girl from an unknown civilization, who has a very deep understanding of internal affairs, logistics, and architectural knowledge. Grade 1. Grade. SSS. Physical Magic Attack Power, 890. Defense, 403. Health, 45,000. Skill, 1. Architect LV1. All buildings in the territory have a durability value of plus 50%. 2. Logistics Master LV1. Food consumption of all troops minus 50%, and basic resource consumption of all buildings minus 50%. 3. The Unreachable City of Dreams LVMAX. The territory enters a one-day invincibility time. This skill comes from the ancient god of dreams, and it is most immune to attacks by units below the 9th rank. Consumption. Dream Bell *1 2 Eliza remain. Cooldown, 30 days. Loyalty, 200. Morale, 200. Food consumption, 2,000 per day. ! Seeing Eliza's attributes, Qin Feng couldn't help but shrink his eyes. This heroine, too unreasonable, right? Her attribute value is very low. Although she is an SSS level hero, her attack, defense, and health values are definitely not as high as ordinary SS level heroes. Of the three skills, none of them are fighting. But her auxiliary ability is directly full. The first skill directly increases the durability of all buildings by half. The scary thing about this skill is that there are no restrictions. In other words, buildings such as city walls and city gates that are specially designed to resist damage will also increase their HP. This is very terrifying. Wang Nuo is good, like Qin Feng's Wall of Flames, which directly increases the blood volume of 4,000 trillion. The second skill is also very powerful, directly saving half of the resources. This skill also has no restrictions, whether it is basic resources, or later magic crystals, cosmic natural gas, rare ores, etc., it can take effect. This skill can undoubtedly save Qin Feng a lot of money. And the third skill is the skill that Eliza released before. This is the first time Qin Feng has seen a skill that directly puts the territory into an invincible state. It is precisely because of this that his territory was not destroyed and deleted by the 10th order forbidden technique of the Monarch of Flames. At this moment, Qin Feng frowned slightly. Every time you release Unreachable Dream City, you need to consume one Dream Bell. Eliza seems to have only 2 there. And, what is this god of dreams? It can be directly immune to attacks under the 9th order of Shengyao. You must know that the entire universe, to the holy glory level, is counted with 1 hand. At this time, Qin Feng didn't think much about it and closed the hero panel. Eliza, who was in front of her, was smiling slightly and asked, "Is the Lord still satisfied with my abilities?" Qin Feng nodded and said, "Very good." Eliza's expression did not change. She looked at the territory and said, Lord, can you give me the right to build the territory?" "No problem." Qin Feng naturally would not refuse. If Eliza has a talent for managing territories, he doesn't mind delegating power to her. In that case, it will save him a lot of time. And her title is Territory Steward, and her management ability should not be bad. Thinking of this, Qin Feng gave her all the construction rights of the territory. Ding dong, your hero Eliza can freely use the build function. This operation is highly sensitive, please be vigilant. The more power, the greater the risk, and the system also carefully reminded it. But, Qin Feng's character is that he is not suspicious when he is employed, but not when he is suspicious. Now that you've decided, don't think about it. Qin Feng casually stuffed the flame wall and flame gate design drawings in the backpack to her. Don't be stingy with these defensive buildings and facilities, there are a lot of resources, please encircle the territory. Eliza's mouth was also wide open. This. Forget the epic level defense facilities, it is actually a Shenshuan level city wall. And, how many thousands of city walls are there? Even she was a little shocked. Tens of thousands of Shenshuan level city walls. It is already possible to enclose a large area. She also took a deep breath and said with a smile, Lord, Eliza's choice is indeed right. Choose. Qin Feng also frowned slightly, and he couldn't understand what she was saying. He also shook his head and didn't think about it anymore, as long as she didn't have any disagreements. At this time, he also directly began to extract proficiency. Ding dong, you have extracted the proficiency *1500W, the hero territory steward Eliza has been upgraded, and it is currently level 25. Ding dong, your hero territory steward Eliza has reached the upper limit, please complete the breakthrough mission. One after another bright golden light fell, and Eliza was a little stunned, and she also reached level 20 in an instant. Heroes need to perform breakthrough missions every 20 levels. Qin Feng is also checking. Breakthrough Mission 1 Eliza. Required for breakthrough. Tears of the Protoss 0/10 Proof of Heroes 100 100ths. The first order hero breakthrough task is usually relatively easy to complete. But Eliza is an SSS level hero, and there are not many in the entire universe. The required materials are also directly filled. The hero's certificate, Qin Feng had given it to the system when he summoned the hero before, but Protoss Tears listening to the name, it's not an ordinary material. Qin Feng had to temporarily lower her level, and Eliza went to plan the construction of the territory contentedly. For a territory to develop rapidly, the location of various buildings is very particular, not only beautiful but also practical. With Eliza, Qin Feng also saved a lot of effort. Then came the Lord quest that had already been completed. If nothing else, just a wave of flaming burning killed countless bosses. Qin Feng is also looking at the task panel. Lord Quest Tier 2. Mission Description. Your territory has reached a bottleneck. If you want to go further, you need to be approved by the will of the heavens. Mission Content. Kill Black Iron level and above boss 1285 tenths. The flames released through the flaming stone ring previously burned, but spread to the entire event map. Countless bosses, big and small, all died directly. However, Qin Feng did not expect that he would kill more than 1,000 bosses directly. He didn't hesitate to start submitting tasks directly. Ding dong, you are about to submit the Lord Quest Tier 2, do you want to confirm? Confirm. Brush. With a bright light falling, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, congratulations, you have become a Tier 2 Lord, you have unlocked the following buildings. Basic Training Ground, Basic Research Institute, Basic Human Race Battle Center, Basic Logging Field, Basic Quarry, Basic Hunting Field, Basic Mining Field. Ding dong, your integration with the game War has improved, and you can already bring items, props, and equipment to Blue Star. Ding dong, world announcement. Dragon Country player Tyrant has completed the task of Tier 2 Lord, officially becoming Tier 2 Lord, and the territory level is open to level 20. As the first Tier 2 Lord among the current students, hereby reward, Prestige Points plus 1000, Luck Value plus 10, Gold Coin Trial Challenge Coupon *10. Ding dong, since you have overcompleted the Lord Mission 2, hereby reward, Flame Rocket Formation SSS Level Legion Combat Skill. The world announcement fell. People were shocked again. Ah, hasn't the novice map been destroyed? Why are there still people active? How did the Tyrant survive? Impossible, I saw it, with a level 100 Scorched Earth buff, who can survive? Ah, it's actually a Gold Coin Trial Challenge ticket. It's sour. At this time, Chin Feng BDCF did not expect that this wave of rewards would be so generous. The attribute of luck value is still very rare. 10 o'clock, although not particularly high, is enough for an African chief to transition to a normal person. And Gold Coin Trial Challenge Coupon. It is a very rare challenge ticket. After using it, it can be teleported to a place similar to a gold coin room. Not to mention the monsters inside, there are not too many gold coins that burst out. This challenge ticket is still issued only by the will of the heavens. What's more, Chin Feng has the Advanced Harvest Halo, and the effect of the challenge ticket will only be multiplied countless times. At the same time, as Chin Feng became a Tier 2 Lord, many new buildings were naturally unlocked. Basic Training Ground. Naturally, it is the place where troops are trained. Whether it is a player or a hero, they all need to rest. As for this building, you can throw soldiers into it when you are resting, and then you can automatically gain experience points. It can be said to be a strong hang-up artifact. Of course, the effect of basic buildings is extremely limited, and Chin Feng's proficiency is about to explode, and there is no shortage of experience points at all. The Basic Research Institute is the place to improve the skill level of the troops. As long as the hero is placed in it, the skill level of the unit will be improved according to the scientific research ability of the hero. The Basic Human Race Center is a technology building. Here, you can spend resources to research technology to gain bonuses for human units. However, the bonuses that can be researched for basic buildings are simply pitiful. Chin Feng remembers that the maximum attack and defense is plus 20%, which can be said to be mosquito legs. As for the remaining mining farms, logging farms, hunting grounds, naturally, they are the corresponding farming buildings. However, Chin Feng is naturally too lazy to build, and the reason is very simple. His resources have already been depleted. At the same time, the level cap of the territory was directly unlocked to level 20. Chin Feng didn't hesitate, and immediately started consuming resources to upgrade. Suddenly, the sound of the system sounded. Ding dong, you spent basic resources *1W to successfully upgrade the level of Lord Hall, and it is currently level 11. Ding dong, you spent basic resources *2W to successfully upgrade the Lord Hall level, and it is currently level 12. Ding dong, you spent basic resources *10W to successfully upgrade the level of Lord Hall, and it is currently level 20. Ding dong, your Lord Hall level has reached the upper limit, and the Tier 3 Lord quest is about to be issued. Ding dong, it is detected that your territory has a lot of resources, and the Tier 3 Lord task has been forcibly replaced with a disaster event, please be vigilant. After a series of operations, his territory instantly reached level 20. Chin Feng was also taken aback. Overlord missions replaced with disaster events. And this kind of operation. He opened the territory page to check. Magic Domain. Level 20. Total population 10W humans, 1000 beasts. Job transferable population 9.9W humans, 1000 beasts. Combat unit 1000 human archers Tier 5. Territory area 2000 square kilometers. Buildings Lord's Hall LV20, Beast's Nest LV1. Guild affiliation none. Belonging to the city wall. Wall of Fire Shenzhen level. Defensive building Fire Gate Epic. Territory props Flame Shell Legendary. Hero Territory Steward Eliza SSS. Resources 300 billion wood, 300 billion stone, 300 billion iron ore, 300 billion stone, 300 billion magic crystal. Each output None. Even Qin Feng couldn't help but jump when he saw the situation in the territory. As early as when he returned to the territory, he knew that there were definitely a lot of resources, the warehouse had long been unable to hold it. But I didn't expect that there would be so many. Direct 3 to 100 billion basic resources. You must know that this number, even those extremely terrifying big families, will definitely be moved. And Qin Feng, in his previous life until his fall, did not have so many resources. In the face of the mountains of resources, Qin Feng has no good solution for the time being. Eliza also had a bitter face, and there seemed to be no good way to do it. Secondly, after being promoted to Tier 2 Lord, his territory panel became more detailed, with a few more data. The territorial area can only be said to be not small. If he doesn't consider farming, Qin Feng can now completely enclose his territory with a city wall. Immediately afterwards, it was the excess reward for completing the Second Order Lord quest. The system is also extraordinarily generous, directly rewarding an SSS-level Legion combat skill. The so-called Legion combat skills are considered to be a relatively high-end gameplay in war. Only limited types of arms can be released if their attributes meet the standard and conditions are met. However, relatively speaking, the effect is also very powerful. A powerful army combat skill that often becomes a terrifying skill that turns the tide of battle. And the SSS level. Qin Feng also said that he had never seen it. He opened his skill bar to check. Flame Rocket Array. Explanation. Combat skills from the ancient civilization terrorist army. Each release, the Sea of Fire, can easily kill thousands of times the enemy. Grade 1. Grade. SSS. Requirements for use. Long-range archer arms above 10th order, the number of arms is 10W. Effect. To the enemy within 30W yards in front of up to the number of arms *1000, inflict 10 damages within ones, each damage is all arms fire attribute damage *50. Cooling. 24 hours. Hiss. This combat skill is also a bit outrageous, isn't it? Seeing the effect of flaming rocket formation, Qin Feng also sucked in a breath of cold air. All he can say is, as expected of an SSS class. In ones, it directly causes 10 damages, but this attack frequency is a bit outrageous. What's more, the damage has a bonus. The only pity is, the number of arms needs a full 10W to release. Qin Feng put it down temporarily and began to check his Tier 3 Lord quest. Lord Mission Katakana Middle. Tier 3 Disaster Event. Mission Description. Your territory has already been issued, but it is obviously impossible to hold so many resources. Countless forces have been eyeing you and are ready to plunder. Type of mission. Lord Mission Disaster Event. Mission difficulty. 300W. Task content. Defend the territory for 2 days 0/3. Mission reward. Unlock the territory level cap. Hint. After the disaster event fails, your territory will be completely destroyed and all resources will be lost. Oh, Qin Feng was also taken aback. In his memory, the Third Order quest obtained in the previous life seemed to be killing 10 silver-level bosses with a force of 100,000. And because of his too many resources, it turned into a city defense mission. The task of defending the city is naturally the most difficult category, and the enemy who comes to attack will naturally be stronger. But the problem is, before Qin Feng thought about it, the system's voice sounded directly. Ding dong, warning. Planar Raiders *100,000 is about to attack your territory, please get ready. Ding dong, warning. As soon as the system sound fell, there seemed to be several screams around the territory. Ding dong, Planar Raiders *100,000 have all died. Qin Feng. Qin Feng is also full of black lines. This is what he just wanted to say. This group of plane robbers, the brain is not easy to use, right? Now the entire novice map is covered with level 100 scorched earth to attack his territory. If he can live for 1 second, he will lose. In other words, this task has no difficulty at all, it is just to send warmth. Immediately afterwards, Qin Feng also took out a big gift bag with a mysterious light from his backpack. Supreme Bright Gift Package Shenzhen Level. Explanation. The high-level gift package issued by the will of the heavens, I don't know what to open. God Class Gift Package. Qin Feng also rubbed his hands, which has never appeared in human records. He took a deep breath and opened it directly. Immediately, the dazzling rays of light bloomed, almost shining the entire sky. The sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, you have opened that supreme bright gift pack, Shenzhen grade, and obtained that well of life miracle building. Ding dong, you have opened that supreme bright gift pack, Shenzhen grade, and got that hero limit trial ticket *2. Ding dong, you have opened that supreme bright gift pack, Shenzhen grade, and obtained that Badland challenge scroll unique. Ding dong, you have opened that supreme bright gift pack, Shenshuan rank, and obtained the army broken rank scroll *2. Qin Feng also offered a lot of good things in this wave. First off, it's a miracle building. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also opened his backpack to check. Well of life. Explanation. The well water that contains the source of life is rumored to be kept by the goddess of life all the time. I don't know why it appears here. Grade 1. Rank. Miracle building. Effect. All units are revived with full blood and blue after death. When inside the territory, it can be triggered 7 times a day, and when outside the territory, it can be triggered 3 times a day. Durability. 1500 trillion Eliza skill builder bonus. Ah, this. Rao was Qin Feng, and his eyes widened instantly. A miracle building. The only miracle building, as the name suggests, is no longer an ordinary building. Only one can be built in the entire universe, and generally speaking, it is very laborious to build. There are very few direct reports like Qin Feng. And after one player builds, other people can't build anymore. As for the attributes, Qin Feng can only sigh with emotion. It really deserves to be a miracle building. All units in the territory can be resurrected 7 times with full blood and blue on the spot, and even if they are outside the territory, they can be resurrected 3 times. What does this mean? In other words, Qin Feng's troops have at least 4 lives. There are still exaggerated 8 lives in the territory. How does anyone else fight? Double the troops can be used as 8 times to fight. But, under the blessing of Qin Feng's various halos, the attributes of his troops are also ridiculously high. The possibility of being killed in battle is inherently low, and this skill is at best used as an insurance. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also threw that well of life to Eliza. The beautiful girl also blinked in shock. A territory that has developed in less than 2 days. Have a miracle building. If you say it out, I am afraid no one will believe it, thinking it as a fantasy. Qin Feng was naturally too lazy to pay attention to Eliza, who was already a little dumbfounded. He still opened his backpack to check. In the backpack, a quaint scroll exuding a barren atmosphere suddenly appeared. Badlands Challenge Scroll. Explanation. In the reincarnation continent, there is an ancient barren land. For thousands of years, strong men have been going to challenge, but they are all dead and alive. What secrets are hidden here? Grade 1. Grade. Unknown. Effect. Teleport to Badlands. Tip. Badlands are extremely dangerous, please choose carefully. Badlands. Seeing these 4 words, Qin Feng's eyelids also jumped. As a rebirth, his impression is too deep. Badlands, a place where opportunity and crisis coexist. In fact, it is an extremely dangerous area, where many secrets of the ancient gods are hidden. The so-called ancient gods are the ancient gods and profound-level powerhouses who are full-time in the reincarnation continent. They are countless times stronger than the current divine profound-level powerhouses. Shaking his head, Qin Feng didn't think much about it, although as a rebirth player, he knew many secrets of the barren land. But, this area has one of the most special rules: death, permanent death. It is precisely because of this that the barren land has become the most unwilling place to challenge in the universe. Qin Feng also shook his head. The current strength is not enough, let's develop for a while. Immediately after that, there was a dark scroll. Hero's Ultimate Trial Scroll. Explanation. Only the scrolls that can be opened from the splendid gift package above the Shenshuan level can be sent to the Heroic Limit Trial Hall after use. Grade 1. Effect. Trials will drop props that increase the hero's rank. Ah, this. Qin Feng also shrank his eyes. Hero's Ultimate Trial Scroll. He had never heard of it before. Didn't know there was such a place. And the effect of the trial is also simple and rude: the hero upgrades. This is the first time Qin Feng knows that heroes can still be upgraded. Rank is something that is directly related to a hero's potential and growth. If it succeeds, can SS level heroes be promoted to SSS level? Thinking of this, Qin Feng also temporarily threw it into his backpack. It may be possible to mass-produce SSS level heroes in the future. The last one is what Qin Feng is most concerned about. Troop breakdown. Troops, can they break the rank too? Qin Feng also hurriedly opened his backpack to check, and took out 2 small papers exuding mysterious light. Army Broken Scroll. Explanation. Unique items from the Will of the Heavens can only be issued in gift packs above the Shenshuan level, and are extremely rare. Grade 1. Effect. Arms rank +1, up to rank 13. In the universe, there is such an item. Qin Feng couldn't help but scream in shock. Can you directly increase the rank of the troops? It was the first time he had seen such a prop, even if he had lived in 2 lifetimes. At this time, he also thought of the ancient elf archer he had obtained before. This unit, which happens to be the archer type, can use flaming arrow formation in the future. At the same time, the grade is also 11. If you use both of the Broken Order scrolls, isn't it directly to the 13th order? Thinking of this, Qin Feng did not hesitate to start using it. Ding dong, you have successfully used the Army Breaking Scroll, and the Ancient Elf Archer's rank has been improved, and it is currently rank 12. Ding dong, you have successfully used the Army Breaking Scroll, and the Ancient Elf Archer's rank has been improved, and it is currently rank 13. Ding dong, the quality of Ancient Elf Archer has been upgraded to the top class, and it has been changed to Ancient Elf Royal Archer. Ding dong, you have unlocked a new recruiting building, the Ancient Elf Tree of Life. Crown Troops. As the name suggests, the crowned arms are already the most advanced arms in the entire universe. Although the crowned arms itself is divided into several ranks, even the most rubbish crowned arms are several times stronger than the super arms. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also put the building down instantly. Immediately, there is a delicate and gorgeous old tree in the territory. When Qin Feng saw the ancient tree, the corner of his mouth twitched. Is this Nima too big? The diameter is at least a few hundred meters, and it almost occupies more than half of the territory. Qin Feng is also checking the properties of the ancient tree. Ancient Elf Tree of Life. Explanation. The Tree of Life cultivated by the Ancient Elf Empire already has wisdom and life, and when the Ancient Elf is in it, it can also train extremely elite Ancient Elf shooters. Grade 1. Durability. 7,500 trillion, Eliza's Skill Builder Bonus. Attack Power. 15.6 W. Production Unit. Ancient Elf Royal Archer Tier 13. Daily Transferable Population. 0.100 W. Production and Consumption. 3,000 Basic Resources piece. Production Time. 1 minute piece. Required for upgrade. Soul of Ancient Tree 1, Crystal of Wisdom 100. Qin Feng's eyelids jumped when he saw the properties of the ancient tree. This property is a bit too buggy. If nothing else, just the durability and attack power, it is obviously supermodel. Obviously, the Ancient Elf Tree of Life is not only a production unit, but can also be used as a defensive building, which can be said to be very practical. At this time, Qin Feng did not hesitate, and instantly transformed the 500 elf population into Ancient Royal Elf Shooter. Then I used the Lightspeed recruiting card. Next moment, 500 slender figures slowly walked out of the ancient tree. They carried a simple longbow like an ancient branch behind them, and the leather jackets on their bodies were also very simple, only the gold medal on their chests showed their status as royal guards. But, in their star-like eyes, they released awe-inspiring murderous aura, their whole body was full of awe-inspiring fighting spirit, and their aura was extremely high. Qin Feng is also checking the attributes. Ancient Elf Royal Archer. Description. Marksmen from the Ancient Elf Empire, they have experienced hundreds of battles, and their archery skills have approached the limit. After serving for the royal family, he also possesses extremely high concealment skills and extremely high combat discipline. Grade. 13th. Grade 1. Physical Magic Damage. 1570. Defense. 890. Health. 48,000. Skill. 1. Supreme Skills LV1. The shooting skills of the Ancient Elf Royal Archers have reached their limit, split shooting, penetration design. For them, it is just a piece of cake. Effect. The Ancient Elf Royal Archer can hit 10 enemies at the same time with a maximum attack, and each attack can penetrate 10 enemies. 2. Supreme Insight LV1. The ancient elf royal archer has experienced hundreds of battles. No matter what kind of enemy he is, he can find the opponent's weakness. Effect. Attacks must be critical, and have a high probability of causing disability effect to the enemy. 3. Royal Glory LV1. The ancient elf royal archers serve the royal family, not only bringing glory, but also training them with extremely high fighting discipline. Effect. Never run away. The minimum morale is 100. When the royal archer of the Legion medieval elf is greater than 10W, attack plus 100%. 4. LVMAX. The ancient elf royal archer is proficient in stealth skills and can complete various surprise missions. Effect. When not attacking, it will automatically become invisible afterwards, and will not fail when moving. Morale, 200. Loyalty points, 200. Food consumption, 3000 per day. Hiss. Is this the crown troop? Love. Rao is Qin Feng, who is also shocked by the attributes of ancient elf royal archer. Just like their names and outfits, they are unpretentious. The first is the explosive attack power. In human textbooks, the average attack power of the crowned arms is 1400 points. However, the attack power of the ancient elf archers was 1576 points, which was quite high. This is still a level 1 attribute. When Qin Feng reaches the full level, their attributes will skyrocket in an instant. The positioning of the ancient elf shooter is very clear: physical AoE thugs. The 3 skills are all linked to physical damage, and with the combination, the attack ability is also directly full. The first skill is undoubtedly the core skill. Each attack can split 10 arrows, and each arrow can penetrate 10 enemies. That is, at most 100 enemies can be killed with one attack. However, it is not very useful to Qin Feng. His split hollow is 13 more powerful than this effect. The second skill is to increase a lot of damage. In particular, the crit rate is directly full. In this case, as long as Qin Feng finds a way to increase the crit damage, the damage value will increase. Disability buff is a very useful buff, which can slow down the enemy and increase the crit damage received by the opponent. And the third skill is also very good. The units in war are strange, and there is a very rogue way of playing, that is, to form a unit specially designed to weaken the morale of the enemy. Once the morale is 0, the troops will flee directly. But the ancient elf shooters obviously don't have such a problem. At the same time, the larger the number of people, the more attack bonuses will be obtained. However, what Qin Feng cared about most was the last skill. This skill has been fully leveled and obviously cannot be upgraded. The effect is still a bit outrageous. As long as you don't attack the enemy, you won't show up. This stealth effect is effective when moving. That is to say, if Qin Feng goes out with a large group of ancient elf shooters, the other party will definitely think that Qin Feng is alone. At that time, countless troops suddenly appeared from all directions, and the tactical choices were very diverse. Fright can scare the opponent to death. Overall, Qin Feng was very satisfied with the attributes of the ancient elves archers. Seeing the new elf army, Eliza also opened her pale pink mouth and said in surprise, "It's actually an army of the ancient elf empire." Qin Feng asked, "You know the ancient elf empire very well." As a rebirth, Qin Feng has some understanding of elves. This ancient elf empire, that is, the elf empire that existed in the ancient times, is 108,000 miles away from the current elf empire, and it has long been unknown how many years it has perished. But their powerful deeds are still recorded in some ancient books. Anything that comes close to them can give the universe no small surprise. Eliza shook her head and said, "I don't know much, I only know that the elves back then were countless times stronger than they are now." Qin Feng was too lazy to ask. Then, there are countless activity points. With the end of the event, there is a special NPC named Fire Element Merchant in everyone's territory. These NPCs are protected by the will of the heavens and are immune to the damage of the Scorched Earth buff, otherwise they would have died long ago. But, first of all, the students have no points at all, and secondly, the territory has been destroyed, and there is no chance to shop at all. At this time, Qin Feng also came to the front of the NPC. Hello, esteemed human lord, do you have anything to exchange?" Seeing Qin Feng, the Fire Element Merchant was at a loss for words. This person killed the Lord of Flames. Qin Feng's eyes frightened fire element merchant half to death. Qin Feng was too lazy to talk to it, and said directly, "Open the store interface." "Okay, esteemed Terran Lord." The fire element merchant also quickly bowed his head. Qin Feng opened the store interface and browsed. Event shop. 1. Equipment. 2. Arms. 3. Consumables. 4. Materials. 5. Lucky draw. Qin Feng also raised his eyebrows. Lucky draw. What? The fire element merchant quickly replied. This is a new form of reward issued by the will of the heavens. The more points you put in, the more rewards you get. However, each person can only draw once. Jing jing. Oh, and this kind of thing. This is the first time Qin Feng has seen such a reward form. Sure enough, the memory of the previous life can only play an auxiliary role. As his butterfly effect becomes stronger and stronger, the will of the heavens will naturally have a different trajectory. For example, now the novice map is completely destroyed, and if he regenerates after a day, the advantage of his rebirth will be much smaller. At this time, Qin Feng also pondered slightly. In the arms page, Qin Feng did not buy ready-made arms. As a large-scale task for a novice map, the goods in it are also quite disappointing. Most of them are some intermediate and low-level arms. But, the transfer certificate, he naturally will not miss it. He immediately started to exchange. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *3000 W, and exchanged for Crimson Fire Elements Tier 7 transfer certificate. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *2500 W to exchange for the Flame Fire Element Tier 6 job transfer certificate. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *3000 W, and exchanged for Furious Fire Element Tier 7 transfer certificate. 5. In this wave, Qin Feng directly bought all the arms transfer certificates. He was also relieved for a while, but he directly bought thousands of career transfer certificates in one breath. Compared with the arms, the transfer certificate is naturally much more expensive. A 5th order arm is only a few hundred points. But if you want to buy a transfer certificate, you need millions. If you are an ordinary student, you can't afford it at all. Even if it is the top 10 in the personal rankings, you can buy 1 or 2 at most. Qin Feng directly consumed nearly 21 billion activity points in this wave. Certainly, this point is really a drop in the bucket for Qin Feng. And these arms, of course, they are useless. The highest is only the 9th order arms. But, maybe he can't be strong, but he can't be without. After purchasing the last transfer certificate, the system's voice suddenly sounded. Ding dong, it was detected that you have a lot of fire element troops, and the only hidden mission, Master of Fire Elements, has been triggered. Oh, does this work too? Qin Feng also blinked, he had never encountered such a thing before. At this time, he also opened the taskbar to check. The Lord of Fire Elements. Mission description. After the death of the Flame Monarch, the Fire Element group has no leader, and a new monarch is urgently needed. You already have 70% of the Fire Element class transfer certificate, and you are qualified to compete for the throne. Mission nature. Unique hidden. Mission difficulty. 90 billion. Mission content. Defeat other possible Fire Elemental Lords. Mission rewards. All Fire Elemental population commands, all Fire Elemental troops. Tip. This quest is a competitive quest, and the opponents currently competing for Master of Fire Elements are Goddess of Flame, God of Earth and Rock, God of Water, God of Wind, God of Thunderstorm. Qin Feng. Rao was Qin Feng, and was a little surprised. To trigger this quest, it is actually necessary to have 70% of the Fire Element class transfer certificate. It can be said to be a little too difficult. The Fire Element arms were originally relatively closed, and there were very few outflows in the market. Even if it flows out, there are not many at all. At least in the human monster map, there are not even the above 5% species. But, competing for the candidates for the Lord of Fire Elements is still quite tricky. The 5 elemental gods are actually competing. The other 4 are not as weak as the Fire Goddess. He directly said in his heart, "Your Highness Goddess, can you hear me?" What? The Goddess of Flames returned angrily. With the flame magic lamp, Qin Feng can naturally communicate with the Flame Goddess at any time. Qin Feng didn't bother to talk nonsense with her, and asked directly, "Are you competing for the Lord of Fire Elements?" The flame goddess was shocked. Qin Feng is a human, how did he know about this? She asked cautiously, "So what?" Qin Feng said directly, "Give it up." Fire goddess. The flame goddess was stunned, her head full of question marks. Then, directly fried hair, why? What a joke. She competed with the Lord of Fire for thousands of years of sovereignty over the plane of fire. And the fire element, in the plane of fire, is naturally an extremely terrifying force. The population is at least 70%. Qin Feng actually asked her to give up. In a word, just let her give up thousands of years of hard work. Qin Feng said indifferently, "Because, from today, I am the Lord of Fire Elements." Quote. Quote. The goddess of flames was also stunned. Immediately, she suddenly burst into laughter like a silver bell. "Ha ha ha, little guy, you are really big-hearted, you know, if you want to become the Lord of Fire Elements, who are you facing? 5. If you can defeat them, this Master of Fire Elements, my sister will give it to you." Qin Feng also smiled. "Isn't it just a few elemental gods, are they much stronger than you?" The goddess of flames almost didn't come up in one breath, and coughed dryly. How is it possible, compared to this goddess, they are all a group of weak chickens." Qin Feng also twitched the corner of his mouth. "Whether it's a goddess or a woman, why are you so thick-skinned?" For the other 4 elemental gods, the lowest rank is also the 6th rank of Shenxuan. The most powerful ones have even reached the 9th rank of Shenxuan. If the goddess of flames confronted them, I'm afraid they would be rubbed to death without a single finger. She is also huddled in the plane of fire, holding part of the original fire, and the other 4 dare not attack her old nest. Shaking his head, Qin Feng didn't bother to talk to her anymore. Immediately after, are all equipment, consumables and materials. Qin Feng was also unceremonious and evacuated directly. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *20 billion, and exchanged for obsidian, silver *1000 W. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *130 billion, and exchanged for deep sea saltpeter gold 1000 W. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *530 billion, and exchanged for soul of the ancient tree Shenzan *1 W. Ding dong, you have successfully spent activity points *90 billion, and exchanged for fire foxtail epic *10 W. Materials, before the trading function of the novice map is turned on, will always be in short supply. In this wave of Qin Feng, all kinds of materials were directly evacuated. Fire Element Merchant was also shocked when he saw it. "This Nima bought it all. If you buy so much at one time, are you not afraid of warehouse bursting?" At this time, Qin Feng also clapped his hands with satisfaction. Qin Feng is too lazy to care about whether the position is liquidated or not. Anyway, let Eliza have a headache. At this time, his eyes were also focused on the consumables column. This is what he wants the most. He started large-scale events in order to be able to exchange various potions. Even the most rubbish potion, with the halo system in it, would turn into a terrifying halo in minutes. At this time, Qin Feng also opened the consumables column. Then, just evacuate. Home ding dong, you have successfully spent event points *30 W to exchange for advanced magic potion legend. Ding dong, you have successfully spent event points *30 W to exchange for advanced life potion legend. Ding dong, you have successfully spent event points *30 W to exchange for advanced serious injury potion legend. After a wave of exchange, Qin Feng also checked the extra potions in the backpack. Advanced Life Potion Legendary Level. Advanced Magic Potion Legendary. Advanced Serious Injury Potion Legendary. Advanced Dispelling Potion Legendary. Advanced Cat's Eye Potion Legendary. Advanced Spell Crit Pharmacy Legendary. Hiss. Rao was Qin Feng, who was also shocked by the newly obtained potion. This wave can only be said to be Wang Nuohao earning blood. Even if it is more crowned arms, it is not as good as these potions to improve Qin Feng. The medicines are roughly divided into the above 6 categories. But it also includes ordinary, black iron, silver, gold, purple gold and epic, and the number is even more. The same kind of potions, as long as they are of different grades, can be extracted by card, and then the halo can be upgraded. Thinking of this, Qin Feng did not hesitate to start extracting it. Ding dong, you triggered a 3000-fold increase, and extracted the highest serious injury aura LV 3000 from the lowest serious injury potion normal. 5. Ding dong, you triggered a 9000-fold increase, and extracted the supreme detection aura LV 9000 from the lowest cat's eye potion normal. Ding dong, you triggered a 4000-fold increase, and extracted the highest dispelling aura LV 4000 from the lowest swiftness potion normal. Chapter 71. After a wave of extraction, Qin Feng also directly obtained countless halos. He also quickly opened the skill bar to check. The first is the 2 recovery auras that have been upgraded again. In this wave, Qin Feng directly exchanged for the legendary potion, and the 2 halos were upgraded again. The number recovered per second was so high that Qin Feng couldn't understand it. The only pity is that it is not considered invincible. If the enemy can kill him in seconds, his life will still be threatened. Then, there are some new halos. Highest severe injury aura LV 36000 when all friendly units attack the enemy, severe wounds IV 36000 will be added. Highest dispelling aura IV 45000 when all friendly units attack the enemy, all buffs debuffs optional will be dispelled from the enemy. For each dispelling state, the enemy will receive dispelling state number * level 45000 damage value. Supreme detection aura IVMAX ignore any hidden skills, props, status, and effects of the enemy. Highest spell crit aura LVMAX all units must crit when they release their skills. The effect of serious injury naturally means that the opponent cannot recover their health. By the middle of the game, students will have a variety of healing units. Some healing units are extremely perverted. If your output ability is not enough, it can easily become a tug of war. And this halo, Qin Feng was also a little stunned. Level 36,000 serious injury buff. How could he remember that everyone's serious injury buff is only level 100? I don't know, what effect will this 30,000 level serious injury buff have? And the dispelling halo, it is easy to understand. In war, there are naturally various buffs or debuffs. The former is beneficial, while the latter is a negative buff. At the end of the game, if someone's troops don't have more than a dozen buffs, they'll be embarrassed to come out and fight. As for the dispelling halo, Qin Feng can dispel all the enemy's buffs as long as he attacks. Of course, if you choose, you can also dispel the opponent's debuff. However, who would go to dispel the enemy's debuff? The dispel buff can also cause a lot of damage. But BDCF can be said to be a very practical buff. The last two are 2 very useful buffs. The first is IVMAX, and in war there are various types of assassins. Assassin troops, the most famous skills are various stealth skills. And this group of assassins, often inexplicably touched their back row, which can be said to be very annoying. But Qin Feng has no such problem. No matter how powerful the concealment skills are, even the old man, the god of assassins, has no effect in front of Qin Feng. And seeing the highest spell critical aura LVMAX, Qin Feng's eyes shrank suddenly. Spell crit is much more terrifying than physical crit, but it is not as simple as doubling the damage. You know, some spells have special effects. If these special effects are doubled, it will be terrifying. For example, when smashing armor, if we say that the ordinary skill of breaking armor, it can reduce the armor of the enemy by 30%. Then, after the crit, it is directly reduced by 60%. And this halo has no restrictions, that is to say, it can even break through the restrictions of the will of the heavens. After counting the effects of each halo, Qin Feng felt relieved. In this wave, his strength has definitely improved exponentially. In addition to pharmaceuticals, there are many other types of consumables, such as low-level city relocation orders, boomerangs, necromantic skeleton summoning books, thunder hammer. It can be said that there are all kinds of things. Although there is not much use for eggs, Qin Feng still directly exchanged 10 million for each. If it wasn't for the fear that the warehouse would not fit, I would really like to empty it directly. In addition, Qin Feng was surprised that there was a population gift package in it. Population gift pack, of course, also comes from the will of the heavens, and each gift bag can get 1,000 people of the chosen race. Qin Feng was also rude and exchanged all of them directly, but unfortunately, there were only 1,000 in total. That is 100 W population. This population is definitely not enough to watch in the late game, but Qin Feng is now lacking population. Especially the elf population. He casually threw all the population gift bags to Eliza. Qin Feng also checked his points. Remaining points, 556 trillion. Qin Feng also twitched the corner of his mouth. Before killing the Lord of Flames, he got too many points, and he didn't check it carefully. He didn't expect that there would be so many. After some consumption, not even a fraction was spent. At this point, he took a closer look. The event store, it seems, was almost emptied by him. There's just some trash left. He then said, okay, the remaining 556 trillion points will be put into the lottery pool. Quote ... question mark exclamation mark quote. The fire element merchant is also a little messy. It wondered if something was wrong with its ears. Qin Feng repeated, 556 trillion. The fire element merchant's voice trembled, okay. It also operates in a hurry. Next moment, an illusory crystal turntable suddenly appeared in Qin Feng's line of sight. At the same time, the sound of the system sounded. Ding dong, you are about to consume activity points * 556 trillion for the lucky draw. Do you want to confirm? Confirm, accompanied by the press of the confirm key. Wow. On the crystal turntable, multicolored dazzling rays of light suddenly released. Even Eliza narrowed her eyes slightly and looked over. Next moment, ding dong, announcement from the universe. Dragon Country player Tyrant has an explosion of European energy, and he has won the Shengyao level equipment in the lucky draw. The system sound fell, and the entire universe was quiet. In an instant, the lively Cosmos channel surprisingly disappeared. After a few seconds, I'm rubbing it. Shengyao class equipment. I read that right. If I remember correctly, this is the first time for a human being with Holy Glory equipment. Guigi, the large-scale quests on the novice map can actually be exchanged for Shengyao level equipment. Nima, the tyrant is possessed by the European Emperor, right? Lucky draw. This is the first time I heard about it. Is it just luck? Brothers, who knows if this holy grade equipment can explode after killing a tyrant? A time. The whole universe is restless. Ordinary Shenshuan level equipment will attract the covetousness of other races. Holy class. It can already be used as a bargaining chip to start a race war. Okay. Naturally, they were envious, jealous, and hated, eager to attack Qin Feng's territory now and see if they could explode. 1. They're also a pain in the ass. They can't get into the novice map. At this time, Qin Feng was also a little shocked. Holy Glory equipment. He also did not expect that after he invested all the points, he could actually draw out Shengyao grade equipment. But, after thinking about it, his points can be said to be on the table. I am afraid that this number is also the first time that the will of the heavens has encountered. Also, Elemental Heart, isn't that the Holy Glory level item that Cora Ferrer requires? This is so coincidental too. He also opened the backpack, and inside was lying quietly a delicate bracelet exuding multicolored light. There were 5 grooves in the bracelet. He looked at its properties. Heart of Elements. Explanation. It is rumored that when the heavens and the earth first opened, there was a powerful god of elements. She once ruled all the elemental planes, but then she died for unknown reasons. And the Heart of Elements is her holy weapon of fame. Level 200. Grade Saint Yao 9th grade. Type Bracelet open special equipment slot. Attributes 1. Element 5 cores. Core of Fire. All fire attribute damage plus 500%, all fire skills range plus 500%. 2. All fire seals are increased by 3 ranks. 3. All fire attribute damage must apply a layer of burning LV3 and the burning state can be infinitely stacked. Ice core, unlocked. Water core, unlocked. Thunder core, unlocked. Wind core, unlocked. 2. 5 elements of elements. Effect. It can be switched between all elemental powers, and all units can have 5 elemental damages at the same time. However, when the corresponding elemental core is missing, the damage bonus cannot be enjoyed. 3. Core release part of the energy of an elemental core, causing a devastating blow to the enemy. Effect. Deals elemental cores *3000 W self-intelligence point damage to all enemies within the range of 30,000 elemental cores and will cause corresponding negative elemental effects. After the skill is released, the corresponding element core loses all attributes for 7 days. 4. Core fragmentation permanently smash the core of the element, causing a devastating blow. Effect. Deal damage to all enemies within the range of 3 million element cores 50 billion own intelligence points. After the skill is released, the corresponding element core is permanently shattered. 5. Unknown. 6. Unknown. Durability value. 999,999 trillion, 999,999 trillion. Hiss. At this time, Qin Feng also finished reading the attributes of Heart of Elements. Rao was him, and he couldn't help but take a deep breath. This is too outrageous, isn't it? Is this the holy light equipment? Love, love, love. If nothing else, it's just a inflammation core and the attributes are terrifyingly strong. All fire attribute damage and range have been increased by 500%. The bonus of this value is very rare, not to mention. This increases the range of fire-type skills. You must know that fire-type skills are already known for their violence. When a flame storm goes down, thousands of people are often killed in an instant. If the range is increased by 5 times, think about it, it is very powerful. What's more, Qin Feng also has the effect of equipment, and all fire skills are directly free of consumption. Working together, wouldn't it be directly against the sky? The remaining few skills are also extremely terrifying. The second skill, all units can use the power of 5 elements, that is to say, with a slap, they will have 5 attacks of fire, water, wind, thunder and earth at the same time. You must know that elements are usually mutually exclusive and restrained, and it is difficult to use them at the same time. What's even more outrageous is that you can enjoy the bonus of 5 elemental cores at the same time. If an elemental core has a 500% bonus, if all 5 are collected, wouldn't you be able to enjoy the 2500% damage bonus directly? And the next 2 skills. Qin Feng's eyes widened when he saw it. It can be said to be very terrifying, and the damage ability is directly full. The damage of core release is so high that Qin Feng can't understand it. And fracture is beyond Qin Feng's cognition. When his intelligence value is higher, if the 5 elemental cores shatter at the same time, I am afraid that the war continent will not be blown up directly. The only pity is, Qin Feng's level is not enough. Thinking of this, he was also a little crazy. He also took a deep breath and said, "It seems that the master medicine has to be put on the agenda." At this time, Qin Feng finally counted everything. He began to look at the situation of the territory with Eliza. The security of the territory is naturally the first. If the territory is breached, so many resources will be gone. At this time, he also frowned slightly. There is not much problem with the defense of the territory. The Shenchuan level city wall, let alone on the novice map, can be defended for a long time even in the main world. The issue is, no towers. Now, the only defensive building he can get is an epic trap fire gate. Trap buildings are naturally very passive, and can only wait for the enemy to step on them. The attributes of the flame gate can only be said to be average, but with various bonuses to the fire attribute, the damage is no less than that of a legendary trap. At this time, Qin Feng also said, "Beyond the city gate, build a circle of flame gates." Eliza also blinked her eyes. Is so much necessary? Although the second order territory is not very large, it is not small. If you make a circle, I'm afraid there will be thousands. Qin Feng nodded and said, "Just build it, don't worry about resources." Eliza didn't say more, but nodded. After doing everything, he glanced at the time, it was past 3 o'clock in the morning. In a few days, the arena will open and the focus of the students will shift. But well, now that the player territory of the entire novice continent has been broken, how far can it develop? At that time, the students may have to stage a pecking at each other. If I meet other races, I'm afraid I will be tortured very badly. After taking off the game helmet, Qin Feng simply filled his stomach. He casually turned on the TV, which was playing a picture of his troops massacring the coalition forces of various countries. This picture is a precious picture recorded by our student reporters. You can see that the tyrant's troops killed hundreds of millions of troops in just one round of fire. We have no way of knowing the exact damage numbers, but according to Foreign Forum News, the 6th Order Meat Shield troops were also killed in seconds. I'm afraid, only that Zhonghenpiaoshui, who has teamed up with him, knows the exact number, but unfortunately, Miss Zhao refused our interview invitation. Next, another picture. As soon as the picture changed, it became a picture of Qin Feng standing directly with the Priest of Fire. As we all know, the Priest of Fire is an epic boss, not to mention the students in the novice area. Even in the main world, it is extremely difficult to deal with. All her attacks do not deal any damage to the tyrant's troops. It's simply incredible. Speaking of which, the host also paused. What exactly is the tyrant's talent? We can no longer guess, but our expert evaluation team firmly believes that it is probably SS grade. Pat. Qin Feng casually turned off the TV show. Ha ha, still an SS level genius. Sorry, the Halo system is definitely many times more powerful than the SSS level talent. This group of so-called experts is really a group of rice buckets. He also waved his hand, and the computer screen suddenly appeared on the TV screen. Blue Star's technology has also been developed. Qin Feng opened the official forum, and he directly entered the Longguo block. Immediately, countless posts came into view. Top 10 evidences of tyrant opening. This is definitely a wall. The tyrant is the most outrageous person I have ever seen. Even the strongest genius of the demon race and the god race cannot have such strength. One person takes the first kill of all boss above the gold level of the novice map. The entire universe is unique. I am a high-level leader of the Domineering Guild, and now there is a high reward for the clues of the tyrant. Any valid clues, 1 million dragon coins. After providing the real identity, it is confirmed, 100 million dragon coins. The relationship between the tyrant and Zhao Xiaoshui has been exposed, and the two have been dating for 8 years. I am a post-OO little fairy, 160cm160kg, now I am talking to a tyrant. Do you want to deal with someone? 90% of the posts in the Longguo block are discussing Qin Feng. I have to say, what he did was really outrageous. Certainly, Qin Feng just glanced at these posts and didn't care at all. But some posts are really out of the world. Still dating Zhao Xiaoshui for 8 years. Why not start dating from the womb? As for the posts that Domineering Guild spends money on top. A dangerous light flashed in Qin Feng's eyes. It seems that the Domineering Guild has not suffered enough. Qin Feng also had a plan in his heart in an instant, but he ignored it for the time being and pulled the page down. Oh, soon, a post caught Qin Feng's attention. I am Sha Moyu, and now I sincerely invite all the geniuses of Longguo to join us to jointly conquer the secret realm and win the first kill of the whole server. Sha Moyu. Qin Feng was all too familiar with this name. The Sha family is also one of the 8 major families in the Dragon Country, but this family, on the surface, is a human army, but in fact, it is in collusion with the evil forces. Sha Moyu later became a powerful Death Lord. As for the Sha family, when several major natural disasters attacked Blue Star in the future, they also fiercely backstabbed a wave of Dragon Nation. This also directly led to the collapse of Longguo's line of defense, and he could only retreat to the second line of defense. Because of this, there are countless people who died, and I am afraid it must be 9 figures. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also sneered. He is not a virgin, and he has no idea of being a savior. But he holds revenge. In the previous life, they were played by the Sha family as monkeys, and in this life, they would naturally have to repay their debts. Qin Feng pondered for a while, then murmured, the secret realm. It is indeed necessary to attack a wave. The world's first kill is still there, and the reward is still good. War in this game, the secret realm plays an extremely important role. The so-called secret realm is the copy that players understand. A plane independent of the main world. As long as you pass the customs, you can get very rich rewards. The secret realm itself is also divided into many levels, which are roughly divided into 5 levels: ordinary, difficult, elite, hero, and doomsday. The higher the difficulty, the higher the reward. And winning the world's first pass with the highest difficulty will obtain the ownership of the secret realm and become the master of the secret realm. After that, the secret realm produces a certain amount of resources every week. In some large-scale secret realms, the resources produced every week are enough for a small guild to squander for a long time. Therefore, the secret realm in war has become a must for military strategists. The number of secret realms you have has also become a symbol of a person's strength. Thoughts flowed. Qin Feng swallowed the last piece of bread, and then fell into a deep sleep. When Qin Feng woke up again, it was already 9 in the morning. He is also checking his phone. Female teacher. At everyone, classmates, take a break first, review your homework more, the Federation is preparing for a personal competition in the afternoon, everyone get ready. Individual competition. Qin Feng also took out his ears. What stinky fish and rotten shrimp competition? But the choice of the Human Federation is also quite wise. Now the novice map is completely covered by scorched earth and the students are not talking about online development. If you go up, you will die, and you will not be able to stand even for a second. The timing is just right for an offline individual competition. Shaking his head, Qin Feng didn't think much about it, there was still some time left. After simply filling his stomach, he put on the helmet and entered the game. The sound of the system sounded instantly. Ding dong, welcome back to war, I wish you a happy game. Ding dong, during your offline period, the level of Beast's Nest has been upgraded, and it is currently level 10. Ding dong, during your offline period, the level of Ancient Elf Tree of Life has been upgraded, and it is currently level 10. Ding dong, during your offline period, the basic training ground has been constructed. Ada. Ding dong, during your offline period, the construction of Firegate *3508 has been completed. Ding dong, during your offline period, the basic training ground generated a total of 3,500 experience points. You triggered that Supreme Experience Aura LV800 2.50 and gained 2,800 W experience points. Ding dong, one of your Ancient Elf Royal Archers has been upgraded, and it is currently level 2. Ding dong, during your offline period, your hero Territory Steward Eliza used Popularity Pack *100 and trained Ancient Elf Royal Archer *10W. Ding dong, during your offline period, your hero Territory Steward Eliza led the troops to repel a total of 13 W enemies. A series of sounds from the system fell, and Qin Feng was also relieved. This is the benefit of support heroes. During his offline period, Eliza not only built and upgraded all the buildings, but also recruited the 10W troops. Qin Feng also nodded with satisfaction. This heroine, a bit capable. At this time, Qin Feng was also looking at the territory. The territory has changed a lot, and there are countless buildings, the largest of which is the big warehouse. In order to store resources, Eliza has built almost tens of thousands of large warehouses. Of course, it still doesn't fit. But some of the rarer materials have already been installed. What Qin Feng didn't expect was, the effect of the training ground can actually trigger the experience aura. After hanging up for a few hours, I gained tens of millions of experience points. It can be said that Qin Feng's experience points obtained by hanging up every day are enough to make other students feel ashamed. Certainly, the Ancient Elf Royal Archers are all crowned arms, with tens of millions of experience points, but they are not allowed to reach full level. At this time, Qin Feng also directly summoned all the Ancient Elf shooters. Immediately, a huge square appeared in front of him. In War 10W, people can already maximize the original square of the system. The elves' breathing was barely detectable, and in Qin Feng's sight, their bodies faded a little. Has entered a state of invisibility. Qin Feng also took a deep breath. 13. This is the army. Although the scale is only 100,000 people, it is nothing in the game war. However, on the novice map, it is absolutely invincible. Qin Feng is confident that with his current combat power, with only 100,000 troops, he can single out the entire world. Immediately afterwards, he began to extract proficiency. Ding dong, you have successfully extracted proficiency *94 billion, and all Ancient Elf Royal Archers have reached full level. The system sound fell. Countless golden brilliance suddenly flashed from the elven archers. And Eliza in the territory also blinked brightly, slightly surprised. The 100,000 crowned arms have reached their full level in an instant. You must know that to upgrade the crowned arms, the experience value required is extremely high. Generally speaking, it would take at least several months for a crowned unit with a scale of 10,000 people to reach full level, even with countless experience potions. How terrifying is the mastery pool of your own lord? And Qin Feng smiled at the girl, also looking at the attributes of the elves. Ancient Elf Royal Archer. Description: marksmen from the ancient elf empire, they have experienced hundreds of battles, and their archery skills have approached the limit. After serving for the royal family, he also possesses extremely high concealment skills and extremely high combat discipline. Grade: 13th. Level: 300. Physical magic damage: 59800-61170. Defense: 24,400. Health: 303.8 W. Skill: Hiss. At this time, Qin Feng also saw the attributes of the ancient elf archers after they reached full level. He also felt that it was a little too strong. Qin Feng was only an ordinary player in his previous life, and until his fall, the most powerful arms were only super arms. And it's extremely difficult to improve. The full-level crowned arms are so terrifying. The attack power of each elf shooter directly reached about 60,000. With this value, even Qin Feng took a deep breath. If 20,000 ancient elf archers fire in a salvo, even a whiteboard can deal more than 1.2 billion damage in 1 second. Of course, Qin Feng naturally has various auras, equipment, and buff bonuses, and the damage dealt is even more than tens of times. And the life value has also been directly pulled to more than 3 million. This value, even if it is a legendary boss, if the level is low, it is not necessarily killable. Qin Feng also instantly threw all the top quality equipment into their equipment slot. So far, the equipment slots of the ancient elf shooters are 4 Crimson Masks Shenzan and 4 legendary 9th rank Crimson Masks Legendary. War does not stipulate that only one piece of the same equipment can be equipped. However, for the same equipment, the special attributes cannot be superimposed, only the offensive and defensive values can be superimposed. Just like the Crimson Mask, the Shenxuan level will increase the fire damage by 300%, and this attribute can be superimposed perfectly. However, reducing the enemy's fire resistance and the active skill behind it, Flame Gaze, cannot be superimposed. After Qin Feng triggered the Advanced Harvest Aura, the number of Crimson Masks was not too much. He successfully swallowed 4 mystical grades and 18 legendary grades. After the equipment slot is full, the fire damage of the elf shooters is directly full. At this time, Qin Feng also calmed down and carefully calculated the bonus that his current troops enjoyed. Then, he quickly calculated a number 9,530%. This is still an undifferentiated bonus. If you face the enemy of the evil camp, you will also get an additional 2,400% light attribute damage bonus. If you are in the territory, you will also receive bonuses from territory items. Simply outrageous. In addition, there are at least 3 full blood and blue resurrection, 20% evasion brought by wind speed, immunity to dark magic below the 8th order. Hiss. Rao is Qin Feng, and he was completely shocked when he thought of this. It turned out that, without realizing it, was he already so powerful. At this moment, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding dong, national announcement. The emergency rescue mission, Swaying Starlight, appears. Starlight Knights is being attacked by evil creatures, all players can go to the rescue through the portal in the map. Ding dong, national announcement. Oh, Qin Feng was also slightly taken aback. Emergency rescue mission. It is a rare event in the game. Generally speaking, the probability of triggering is very low. Correspondingly, the reward will naturally be very rich. In war, there are also many indigenous forces, such as dwarves and elves. In addition to their lords, there are also some indigenous people who came to the war continent a long time ago. And this Starlight Knights, Qin Feng remembered that it was an extremely powerful organization with a sphere of influence spanning the entire universe. They often go in and out of various extremely dangerous areas, and they are in the tens of billions at every turn. Moreover, they also open the military merit system to everyone in the universe. As long as they complete the tasks issued by them, they can exchange for military positions. With a military position, firstly, the territory will be protected by the Starlight Knights, and secondly, they will be able to command their troops. In a previous life, there was a powerhouse from a cosmic country who once took the position of the captain of the soldier. As a result, the entire cosmic country benefited from it and almost took off. Thinking of this, Qin Feng opened the map and looked at it. The portal was not too far away from him. He pondered a little, and finally decided to take a look. After all, the students who are new to the new map are offline collectively, and no one can grab it. Qin Feng was about to set off with the troops. This time, he brought 90,000 ancient elf archers and left 10,000 for Eliza, just in case. The girl's skills are obviously not suitable for fighting, and now she is still facing the task of the Third Order Lord of the Disaster. If there is something in the territory, it will be funny. A simple temporary base. Boom, boom, boom. The blue light beam ripped apart the sky suddenly, illuminating the originally dim space. The terrifying energy beam instantly penetrated the ground, and at the same time, there was the screaming screams of the monsters. But the monsters did not fade away, but in the blink of an eye, the vacancies that had been created before were filled by a tide of monsters. A girl also frowned. She was wearing a close-fitting battle armor with azure blue as the keynote, and her pretty face full of war smoke was full of sadness. Seeing this scene, she also clenched the long spear in her hand. At this moment, several women wearing high-tech armor came to her. Knight Commander Aaron, our energy can still be teleported to another plane, you should leave quickly. That's right, the Knight Commander, retreat quickly. As long as the Knight Commander is here, he can avenge us. This time we were ambushed by the underworld, we recognized it, but the Knight Commander must avenge us. Hearing the request of her subordinates, the charming and heroic girl also snorted softly, everyone, whoever wants to retreat will be cut. The words fell, and she waved it casually. Brush. A azure blue sword light flashed past, and a rock in front of him collapsed. Everyone's eyes are pierced. Irene stared at the tidal group of monsters, and shouted, stand on the line of defense and fight until the last moment. At this time, Qin Feng also took the troops and walked towards the mark on the map. The markers are not too close. But with the 1,800% movement speed bonus of the marching halo, it took less than half an hour to arrive. A forest ravaged by scorching flames. The sword of raging fire, there is a bright beam of light that penetrates the sky. Qin Feng was also an investigative technique and threw it away. Spooky teleportation array. Explanation. The teleportation array from the will of the heavens does not know where the other end is connected. Grade 1. Grade. Unknown. No wonder. Qin Feng also pondered, the teleportation formation that could survive on level 100 scorched earth could only come from the will of the heavens. At this time, he did not hesitate and walked in with the troops. Ding dong, your troops are about to be teleported to unknown coordinates through the weird teleportation array, do you want to confirm? Confirm. Ding dong, you have entered the special map Netherworld Corridor, this map is extremely dangerous, please be vigilant. As soon as the teleportation radiance fell, Qin Feng smelled an extremely pungent rancid odor. The next moment, countless terrifying reptiles covered in lavender appeared around him. Shish, there is no need for Qin Feng to say more, the ancient elves have already launched an attack. Boom, 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 the violent explosion instantly tore the monster in front of him to pieces. The sound of the system also rang in Qin Feng's ears. Ding dong, your troops killed the underworld Netherworld Tier 6 *2000. The voice fell. Qin Feng frowned slightly when he looked at the monster corpse on the ground. The monsters they encountered were a group of underworld ghost beasts Tier 6 troops, and their level was actually level 40. Such a monster, I am afraid that in half a month, the students will have the strength to fight. And what Qin Feng cares about is underworld. As a rebirth, he was also brought back some memories. War in the continent, there are souls. However, the underworld here is not a place where the so-called dead live, but inhabited by countless powerful soul bodies. They have gone beyond the physical category, and have extremely high reductions to physical damage, almost to the level of immunity. For the underworld, even Qin Feng only knew so much. The underworld in the previous life was quite mysterious, and human beings did not have much interaction with them. It actually involves the underworld, it seems that things are not simple. His eyes were also condensed, and he waved, full speed ahead. The scale of Qin Feng's troops is not large, but the creatures in the underworld seemed to have strong sensing ability, and soon rushed towards Qin Feng like a madman. The ancient elf archers quickly took up bows and shot arrows. Shish! The arrows burst out of the air, like a conjuration, and quickly split into 10 identical arrows in the air. Then, boom, 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 a violent explosion quickly enveloped the entire space. -571W. -582W. -576W. Qin Feng also scratched his face. With the explosion aura, the terrifying AoE abilities of the elves could not be reflected. But the damage dealt also surprised Qin Feng. It's so scary. With so many bonuses, a single elf shooter can deal 570W damage. If 90,000 elf shooters shoot a salvo, the second injury is more than 500 billion. Under such high damage, the monster in front of him had no resistance at all, and fell in pieces. At this time, the sound of the system suddenly sounded in Qin Feng's ears. Ding dong, warning, you have killed too many underworld creatures in a short period of time, which has attracted the attention of the underworld monarch, and he is about to send an underworld battle to crusade against you. The rumbling sound of the system fell, and a gray teleportation formation suddenly appeared in front of Qin Feng. The teleportation radiance fell, and the surrounding temperature suddenly dropped by a few points. Qin Feng squinted and looked over. In the teleportation array, there is a strange figure floating in the air. Its whole body was shrouded in a light gray mist, holding a terrifying sickle that was more than 5 meters long in its hand, and its two blood-red eyes stared at Qin Feng. Qin Feng lost a reconnaissance technique. Underworld warrior. Description: elite officers in the underworld. They are responsible for capturing and imprisoning powerful soul bodies in other planes, and are good at soul attacks. Level: 50. Grade: Purple Gold. Attack: 6.8W. Defense: 4.3W. Health: 4100W. Skills: Nether Body, Unknown Aura, Death Hook Scythe, Soul Tremor. Purple Gold level boss. The level is very high, the attributes are still very good. Attack value is more serious supermodel, and several skills are also very powerful. The Nether Body is one of the most buggy skills, with a 99% reduction in physical damage, and there is no limit to any Jouda skills. That is to say, even if the crowned arms come, as long as it is physical damage, it is difficult to kill the opponent. And other skills, is quite satisfactory. But with its attack power, if any skill is thrown out, the students at this stage must be destroyed in an instant. Certainly, that's for the students. In front of Qin Feng, he was just an experienced baby and cold. Immediately, countless attacks landed on its face. The underworld warlord has not made any action, and the blood bar is instantly cleared. Ding dong, your troops successfully killed the underworld warlord, Purple Gold boss, and gained 50W experience points and 5,000 Star War points. Ding dong, you triggered the highest express aura IV 10,000, and your troops gained 5 billion express points. Ding dong, you triggered the Supreme Integral Halo LV 8000, and you got 4,000 W Star Wars points. Hearing the sound of the system in his ear, Qin Feng also shrank his eyes. This is too outrageous, the Halo system is so terrifying. He also didn't expect that Supreme Points Halo was actually effective on Starlight Battle Point. You must know that the Starlight Knight's battle points are still very difficult to accumulate, and a Purple Gold level boss is only 5,000 points. Not to mention high-ranking officers, Qin Feng remembered that until his death and rebirth, the lowest-ranking military rank in the Knights of Starlight among humans was only 3 digits. But with Supreme Points Halo. But it's too easy. It's just a Purple Gold level boss, and his battle point has reached 4,000 W points. If he kills some more bosses, wouldn't it be possible to exchange for a senior military position? Thinking of this, Qin Feng also made up his mind to make a high-level military exploit. With the protection of the Starlight Knights, his safety will undoubtedly have another layer of protection. At this time, Qin Feng's eyes also fell on the body of the underworld general. Its body had disintegrated, leaving only a cloud of gray dust. Qin Feng took it out, and suddenly, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. You triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV 2000 and got the loot Underworld Battle Axe Purple Gold *2000. You triggered the Advanced Harvest Aura LV-2000 and got the Loot Underworld Battle Axe *2000. You triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV-2000 and got Gold Coins *2000. Underworld Battle Axe Purple Gold. Description: the battle axe used by the Underworld warriors exudes the light of the Nether. Grade: Purple Gold. Attributes: 1. Arms attack plus 20%. 2. Troops have a chance to cause fear LV5 to the enemy. The properties of Zijin level equipment are not bad, but Qin Feng just glanced at it. Up to now, he really didn't bother to care about the equipment below the legendary level. He threw it into the backpack at will. Then, there are some special light gray crystal beads. Pearl of the Underworld. Description: special props produced by the Underworld to deal with the soul body. Beads containing the original power of the Underworld, worn on the body, can improve the damage and resistance to the soul body. Grade 1. Grade: Purple Gold. Type: Special Equipment. Effect: 1. All units reduce the damage received from soul units by 20%. 2. 20% of the damage of all units to the soul body is converted into real damage. Tip: the effect of the Underworld Orb is the only effect and cannot be superimposed on each other. This small bead attribute is quite useful. As long as it exists in the backpack, all Qin Feng's units will be able to gain buffs. On the one hand, it is damage reduction, which directly reduces the damage received by 20%. On the other hand, it converts damage into real damage. At this time, Qin Feng also understood. No wonder the Underworld can capture the soul body all over the universe. They really have an extremely terrifying suppressive force on the soul body. At this time, the system pops up a message. Ding dong, tip: it has been detected that you have a large amount of Pearl of the Underworld Purple Gold grade. You can try to synthesize more advanced materials. Are you sure? Qin Feng also blinked. Can it be synthesized? He didn't think too much, just press the confirm button. Suddenly, the sound of the system jumped out again. Ding dong, you are about to consume Pearl of the Underworld Purple Gold *100 to synthesize Pearl of the Underworld Epic *1. Do you want to confirm? Confirm. Ding dong, synthesis failed. Qin Feng also raised his eyebrows. As soon as he gritted his teeth, he started synthesizing directly. Ding dong, synthesis failed. Ding dong, synthesis failed. Ada, ding dong, the synthesis is successful. You have obtained the Pearl of the Underworld Epic. After spending a full 800 small beads of purple gold level, the synthesis was finally successful. There was an irregular fluctuation of gray energy, and a more crystal clear gray bead appeared in Qin Feng's hand. He is also checking the properties. Pearl of the Underworld. Explanation: the beads containing the power of the Underworld can only be equipped by senior personnel of the Underworld. Wearing it on the body can increase the damage and resistance to the soul body. Grade 1. Rank: Epic. Type: Special Equipment. Effect: 1. All units reduce the damage received from soul units by 30%. 2. 30% of the damage of all units to the soul body is converted into real damage. Qin Feng also frowned slightly when he saw the attributes of the Epic Pearl of the Underworld. This success rate is simply ridiculous. But, since he can synthesize towards the advanced level, then, with the Advanced Harvest Aura, he naturally wants to try to synthesize the most advanced one. Divine level, even, holy glory. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also glanced at it, and continued to direct the troops to walk towards the coordinates marked on the map. Boom boom boom, boom, boom. The azure blue artillery fire kept roaring, and the whole sky was illuminated extremely brightly. Irene panted lightly, her sapphire bright eyes staring at the battlefield. No change BDCF. The monsters seemed to be endless, and there was no sign of retreating at all. At this time, the subordinates also reported. Knight Commander Aaron, our ammo is about to run out. Knight Commander Aaron, Bard has fallen. Knight Commander Aaron, avenge us. Gritting her silver teeth, Irene sighed softly. Only here. They can persist until now, relying on a legendary defense tower. Running out of ammo now. Soldiers have fallen one by one. She also clenched the long spear in her hand and clenched her silver teeth. Everyone, prepare to charge with me. The subordinates responded. I swear to follow the Knight Commander to the death. Protect the Knight Commander. Knight Commander, we must escort you out. Right now. Boom, boom, boom. A violent explosion resounded through the sky, and dazzling flames illuminated the entire horizon. Eren was also taken aback. Reinforcements arrive. Knight Commander, it must be the army of the elves. That's right, the scale of this explosion can only be sent by tens of millions of troops. In this continent, apart from the elves, there is no second possibility. All the subordinates were overjoyed. But, Eren frowned slightly. Elf tribe, do they use fire? It's really a big joke. The elves live in the forest, so why don't they burn down their hometown in minutes? So, which force is it? Thinking of this, there was also a flash of decisiveness in her eyes. Everyone, use all your firepower, cooperate with the opponent to annihilate the enemy in one fell swoop. Yes, shish. Countless arrows formed an extremely dense arrow rain. The monsters of the underworld also fell in pieces. As he moved forward, Qin Feng's ears were also ringing with various kill prompts from the system. Ding dong, your troops successfully killed the underworld warlord Purple Gold Boss and gained 50 W experience points and 5,000 Star War points. Ding dong, you triggered the Supreme Points Halo LV 8000 and you got 4,000 W Star Wars points. Ding dong, the monsters here are obviously not weak, and more than 30 Purple Gold Bosses have been killed. Qin Feng's heart was also relieved. The creatures of the underworld almost have no resistance in the face of fire damage. They have extremely high physical reduction, but correspondingly, the magic resistance of fire and light is negative. Coupled with Qin Feng's several pieces of equipment, the fire damage they received almost doubled. At the same time, this is all Star Wars points. Along the way, he has already earned nearly 2 billion. Suddenly, boom boom boom, 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 the azure blue artillery fire fell from the sky, and the raging energy tore apart a large number of monsters in front of Qin Feng. Qin Feng was also taken aback. Nima, is this a head-scratcher? He also followed the line of sight and looked over. Not far away, there was a small stronghold. The city wall of the stronghold was only less than 5 meters high, and at this time, under the siege of countless monsters, it was already crumbling. And above the city wall, a slender girl in full body armor was standing against the wind. Qin Feng lost a reconnaissance technique. Star Knight Commander Eren. Description: the Knight Commander of the Starlight Knights, the rising star of the Knights, is extremely talented. Level: 70. Rank: Epic. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. 9 to the power of 9. Seeing this name, Qin Feng's eyes shrank suddenly. Qin Feng also sucked in a breath of cold air. Unexpectedly, she was the one to be rescued in this urgent mission. Starlight Knight Commander Irene. This ID is still very familiar to him. She played a very important role in the novice map of her previous life. At that time, high school students of all races in the entire universe would be involved in a war against the evil god. And Irene, as the commander-in-chief of the battle. The troops responsible for coordination and command are at least in the hundreds of trillions. Regardless of the quality, just this scale, just thinking about it is scalp-tingling. However, Irene, with her excellent commanding skills, successfully smashed the conspiracy of several evil gods and slapped them hard. Later, she was still active in various large-scale battles, and her strength became stronger and stronger. Before Qin Feng fell, she seemed to have stepped into the divine level. Thinking of this, Qin Feng couldn't help but sigh. This Irene is definitely a genius among geniuses. But well, even geniuses need time to grow. The current Irene, in front of him, is simply weak and pitiful. Just a level 70 epic boss. I am afraid that it will hang up if it is not a round of fire. Qin Feng also no longer hesitated, and directly directed the troops to the stronghold of the Star Knights. Boom boom boom, 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 dazzling fire from far to near. The raging flames devoured the monsters in pieces with ease. Starlight Knights on the wall. One by one, their eyes widened in an instant, their faces full of incredulity. What kind of army is this? How terrifying. You know, these monsters are the troops of the underworld. One of the characteristics of monsters in the underworld is that they are extremely difficult to deal with extremely high physical reductions, and they will escape back to the underworld on their own when they run out of blood. To be killed by this man is a pig. The monsters were also a little stunned by the sudden appearance of the enemy. They all temporarily gave up the attack on the Starlight Knight's stronghold and began to besiege Qin Feng's troops instead. And Qin Feng. Naturally, it's cool. In this wave, there are simply not too many Star Wars points. The violent explosion kept ringing, and the underworld troops were like pieces of straw, easily harvested by Qin Feng. 10 minutes later, the last underworld monster fell weakly to the ground, setting off a puff of dust. Qin Feng simply counted. Well, the harvest is not bad, and Starlight Wars earned 15.8 billion directly. At this time, he also brought his troops to the stronghold of the Starlight Knights. Ding dong, you have the temporary base of the Starlight Knights. This area is protected by special laws, please strictly abide by it, otherwise it will anger the other party. The system sound fell, and the city gate behind Qin Feng also slowly closed. He looked at Aaron in front of him. The close-fitting armor outlines a perfect curve, and the girl's cheeks are stained with a lot of mud, but it is still difficult to conceal her heroic spirit and beauty, and her beautiful eyes are shining with determination. At this time, Irene was already a little embarrassed, and her dazzling blue hair was messy. And her expression is also a little sluggish, which is the most common manifestation of fighting with underworld creatures. In addition to the flesh, they also attack the soul of the enemy. At this time, everyone in the Starlight Knights was also surprised. It's actually a human. With this scale of attack, I thought it was a large army of elves. This is an attack by his own troops. It's too fierce, isn't it? Even our most elite troops are impossible. 5. Yeah, I saw that the number of his troops was definitely no more than 100,000, and I thought it was an army of tens of thousands. Irene also looked at Qin Feng. A human lord less than level 20. An attack of this scale was actually caused by one person's troops. Qin Feng's troops can't see the attributes. What kind of crown troops are you thinking? But I didn't expect that those who play with fire are really elf troops. She then greeted the authentic humans of another world. Thank you for your life-saving grace. The Knights of Starlight will remember this kindness. 5. The words fall. Qin Feng's ears did not hear any sound from the system. It seems that the mission is not over yet. He also shook his head and asked, "What's the situation?" Irene sighed softly and said, "I was sent to investigate the strange teleportation formation that appeared in the Novice continent, but I didn't expect that the Monarch of Flames actually launched the 10th Order forbidden technique." 5. In order to avoid the big explosion, I took my team to this plane to take refuge. Speaking of this, she also paused, and a trace of pain appeared on her face. This place is actually connected to the underworld. They quickly surrounded our stronghold, and my people suffered heavy casualties. Qin Feng nodded. It seems to be self-inflicted butterfly effect. After a super forbidden technique by the Lord of Flame, the entire novice map was detonated. Under the level 100 Scorched Earth buff, Irene, a level 70 epic boss, naturally couldn't stand it. In desperation, she also led the troops directly into this unknown portal. And this place is a plane independent from the Novice continent. It seems to be connected to the underworld. Qin Feng didn't say more, but checked the situation at the base. Star Knight Temporary Base. Description: a temporary stronghold built by the 7th Knights of the Starlight Knights, with certain defensive capabilities. Grade 1. Building: Wall of Starlight Knights, Epic Tower of Starlight, Legendary *1. Station Soldiers: Knight Commander Aaron, Ribbon Knight 7, Soldier 13W. Forehead: I have to say, the Knights of Starlight are still rich. Just a temporary stronghold, the city walls are actually epic. No wonder it survived for so long under the siege of the underworld army. Not to mention, there is also a legendary defense tower. Right now, Gia, Starlight Knight, today is your doom. I didn't expect that. I just used some garbage troops to draw out your reinforcements. Accompanied by a piercing and strange cry, the temperature of the entire air suddenly dropped by a few points. Around the base, countless light gray portals appeared in an instant. In the portal, the black troops poured out like a tide again. At the same time, as the troops approached, an extremely gloomy pale gray figure was floating strangely in the air. Qin Feng is also a detective lost in the past. High-level warriors in the underworld. Description: a high-ranking warrior in the underworld, powerful enough to easily destroy a team of millions. Level: 50. Grade: Legendary Grade 1. Attack: 35W. Defense, 26W. Health, 350 billion. Skills, Soul Tremor, High Order Nether Body, High Order Unknown Halo, Death Hook Scythe. Level 50 Legendary Boss. Seeing the attributes of the high-level warlord of the underworld, everyone in the Starlight Knights turned pale. It's actually a legendary boss, it's over. The legendary high-ranking warrior in the underworld, an extremely terrifying existence in the underworld, countless of our knights died in his hands. This wave is really bad, sigh, it seems that we can only go here. Lord of another world, break through the siege with your troops and protect Knight Commander Irene out. The members of the Knights were instantly disheartened. Point 0. The legendary boss. Except for a few powerful Legion commanders, I am afraid that no one can deal with it. Even Irene's complexion changed drastically, and a trace of despair quickly flashed on her pretty face. But Qin Feng just glanced at it and closed its panel. He doesn't understand either. Just a legendary boss. As for being scared like that, isn't it just here to send battle points? He waved his hand directly, and immediately, countless arrows burst out of the sky. Minus 1140W. Minus 575W. Minus 593W. Countless arrows slammed into the head of the underworld warrior. Next moment, its blood bar also disappeared instantly. Ding dong, your troops successfully killed the advanced underworld warlord, legendary boss, and gained 5000 W points of experience and 50 W points of Star Wars. Ding dong, you triggered the highest express aura LV 10,000 and your troops gained 500 billion express points. Ding dong, you triggered the Supreme Points Halo LV 8000 and you got 4 billion Star Wars points. Ding dong, world announcement. The secret realm Underworld Fisher has appeared. This secret realm is the only secret realm for a limited time, and it will disappear permanently after being cleared by the player. The system sound fell. The entire Starlight Knights became extremely silent. Everyone looked at the boss corpse lying on the ground, which had been turned into countless pieces, with a dumbfounded expression. What's the situation? So what about a big legendary boss? Got smashed. Even Irene's eyes widened. She also took a deep breath and looked at Qin Feng carefully again. She already knew that Qin Feng's troops were strong, but she didn't expect it to be so strong. This is a level 50 legendary boss from the underworld. Qin Feng was killed with just one wave of fire. Even she had to go through meticulous planning, and then rely on crowd tactics to kill when the 7th Knight Order was full. This man is a bit outrageous, isn't it? Qin Feng naturally ignored the knights. Isn't that just killing a legendary boss? What's all the fuss about? At this time, all kinds of colorful loot also exploded on the corpse of the senior general in the underworld, and he scooped it up. Suddenly, the sound of the system also popped up. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV 2000 and got the loot Underworld Chains Legendary * 2000. Ding dong, you triggered the Advanced Harvest Halo LV 2000 and got the loot the Pearl of the Underworld Legendary * 2000. The rewards obtained by killing legendary bosses are still very good, but there are a full 4 billion points in the Astral Battle points. The second is the loot obtained. It's not the first kill, so there are naturally a lot less equipment, only 2 kinds. The first is a piece of equipment. Qin Feng is also checking it. Underworld Chain. Description. A special chain from the Royal Blacksmith Shop in the Underworld. The material, 710, is special, and it has a very high penetration effect on armor. Grade 1. Grade. Legendary Grade 1. Type. Arms equipment. Requirements for use. Tier 7 troops and above. Attributes. 1. When troops attack the enemy, 50% armor value is ignored. 2. Troops have a chance to apply Fear LV3 to the enemy when they attack. The probability is related to the level difference between the arms. 3. Netherlock active skill. Each unit can bind up to 3 enemies for 5 seconds, and the continuous effect on bosses have. Cooling time, 5 minutes. The attributes of this legendary equipment are still very good. The first attribute directly ignores 50% of the opponent's armor. Even if it is dealing with general arms, the damage value is greatly increased. What's more, there are various meat shield units in war and their defense value is extremely high. The second skill is also very practical. Fear buff is still very rare in the game. Generally speaking, it is only possible for giant beasts to have it. In this buff, the enemy will stop all activities and run around all over the place. In addition to the control effect, it can also disrupt the formation of the enemy. And the third skill is a good control skill that can control 3 times as many enemies for 5 seconds at most. Thinking of this, Qin Feng put the underworld chain into the equipment slot of Ancient Elf Royal Archer and replaced a legendary Crimson Mask. Immediately after that, there are 2000 legendary Pearl of the Underworld. Pearl of the Underworld. Description: special props produced in the underworld to deal with the soul body. Beads containing the power of the underworld, worn on the body, can improve the damage and resistance to the soul body. Grade 1. Grade: Legendary Grade 1. Effect: 1. All units reduce the damage received from soul units by 50%. 2. 50% of the damage of all units to the soul body is converted into real damage. Tip: the effect of the underworld orb is the only effect and cannot be superimposed on each other. The legendary Underworld Pearl, the damage reduction to the soul body has reached 50%. Qin Feng didn't hesitate and started synthesizing directly. Ding dong, you are about to consume Pearl of the Underworld Legend Level 1 *10 to synthesize Pearl of the Underworld Legend Level 2 *1, are you sure? Confirm. Ding dong, synthesis failed. Ding dong, synthesis failed. Ding dong, the synthesis is successful. You have obtained the Pearl of the Underworld Legend Level 2. At the legendary level, each level requires only 10 pieces to synthesize the next level. Coupled with the high failure rate, it can be said that it is very cheating. Even though Qin Feng had 2000 pieces, in the end only one legendary 5th order Underworld Pearl was synthesized. And every level up, the damage reduction and true damage to the soul body will increase by 2%. At the 5th level of the legend, the reduction rate has actually reached 58%. This number, Qin Feng's eyes were also shrunk when he saw it. If you continue to synthesize at the divine profound level, what will the value be? After counting everything, Qin Feng looked at Irene and asked, can you exchange for a military position? Exchange for military service? Irene was still in a state of shock, and she was stunned for a while. A level 20 human player actually wants to exchange for a military position in the Starlight Knights. In her impression, even the most strenuous soldier leader, in their internal records, the most trashy is a 6th order city lord. She hurriedly said, I am the Knight Commander of the 7th Knights, and I can exchange the position of Knight Commander for you at the highest. A soldier needs 1 million points, a soldier commander needs 10 million, a knight with a ribbon needs 100 million, and a knight commander needs 1 billion. Qin Feng frowned slightly, his points could be 19.8 billion. Can only be exchanged for knight commanders now. He could only nod his head. Well, then the knight commander. Quote ? Not only Irene, but all the star knights behind her are full of question marks. What is just the knight commander? They also wanted to ask Qin Feng, do you think the knight commander is Chinese cabbage? 1 billion points, but extremely difficult to earn. In the entire Starlight Knights, the number of knight commanders is only a few thousand. Which one is not the illustrious military exploits that have been exchanged for years of fighting and bloodshed? Even Irene was a little unhappy in her heart, and her face changed slightly. She said solemnly, the Lord of Another World, exchange for the military position of the Starlight Knights. If the points are not enough, we will be permanently blocked by us. Hearing her words, Qin Feng also frowned slightly. Isn't it just exchange for a military position? Why are you talking so much nonsense? He nodded and said, hurry up, I'm in a hurry. His top priority now is to find the expert medicine. What's more, a limited time secret realm has been triggered. How can I have time to play with them? Hearing this, Irene didn't say much. Okay, I'll exchange the knight commander for you. The words fall. She also raised her arms slightly. The azure blue brilliance fell from the sky in an instant. Ding dong, Starlight Knight Commander Irene is opening the awarding ceremony for you. If the military rank cannot be successfully exchanged, the favorability of the faction Starlight Knights will be -200. Ding dong, you are about to consume Star Wars points *1 billion to exchange for the military rank Knight Commander. Do you want to confirm? Qin Feng said. Confirm. Next moment, ding dong, World announcement. Human player Tyrant successfully exchanged for the Starlight Knights military rank Knight Commander. As the first human player in the world to exchange this military rank, hereby reward, prestige plus 3000. The rumbling world announcement fell, and the entire human world was once again stunned. This world announcement has touched the sensitive nerves of the entire world. The Knights of Starlight are still very famous in the universe. Especially the top Legion commanders, all of them are genuine gods and mysterious rank. Knight Commander. Humans are the first. Hey, the Knight Commander of the Starlight Knights. There are more than 3,000 in the entire universe. Impossible, it's definitely a mistake. The strong men of our Bangzi country have been doing missions for decades, and now they are only soldiers of soldiers. I am a student of this class, and I hereby declare, the tyrant is a wall, so don't make a fuss about any announcement. Wow, it's so uncomfortable, it's definitely related to the emergency rescue mission in Novice Mainland. If there wasn't this disgusting scorched earth buff, this emergency mission would be mine, and so would the military position. Stop dreaming upstairs. At this time, a cold light descended from the sky. A lot of beautiful blue stars appeared on Qin Feng's head. All the Star Knights are staring at the boss. Like seeing a ghost, even Irene's pretty face full of heroic spirit was full of incredible. This man, really redeemed for the Knight Commander. She also took a deep breath, her eyes changed when she looked at Qin Feng. Now, although Qin Feng is a rookie, the ranking is at the bottom. But anyway, it's a Knight Commander. Like her military rank, it is now possible to talk to her on an equal footing. At this time, the sound of the system in Qin Feng's ears was still ringing. Ding dong, dear Knight Commander of the Starlight Knights, you will enjoy the following privileges. 1. Power of Starlight. All troops will attack with 20% additional star magic damage. 2. Have the right to be permanently stationed in the city of the Starlight Knights. 3. You can receive mid-level strategic resource supplies every month. 4. All chambers of commerce that have signed an agreement enjoy a 30% discount. 5. Enjoy the command of the army, with the highest command of 100 million troops, and the highest command of the 9th tier troops. As a Knight Commander, a few privileges are quite powerful. The first is the power of Starlight. It directly increased the magic damage value of stars by 20% of all arms. This one also surprised Qin Feng. Star magic, but it is extremely rare. The mages in the War Continent have studied for thousands of years, and they still know very little about the power of stars. And star magic is a special magic that is infinitely close to real damage. Because few people have researched on star magic, naturally few troops have the corresponding resistance. It seems that the Starlight Knights have also mastered a certain amount of star power. Qin Feng also shook his head and stopped thinking about it. The second privilege is currently useless. Beginner's map. Qin Feng remembered that it was a city without the Knights of Starlight at all. Even the War Continent is poor. Their city is more in the vast universe. 13. The third privilege is material related. The military rank of the Starlight Knights is naturally rewarded with various resources. You can receive a certain amount of supplements every month. It hurts, the novice map currently does not have a stronghold of the Starlight Knights, and it is impossible to obtain it. You can only wait a day for the novice map to reset. The fourth article reflects the strength of the Starlight Knights. The entire plane, almost all stores in the universe can enjoy 30% discount. This is an agreement signed by the Starlight Knights and many forces. Of course, the agreement is also limited. Evil forces such as some Abyss Demon Kings and the Underworld naturally would not have any friendly exchanges with the Astral Knights. But, for example, major chambers of commerce, major churches, all can enjoy discounts. This is very useful. You must know that most of the large-scale events are led by major churches. This privilege can undoubtedly save Qin Feng a lot of money. The fifth item is to obtain a certain amount of troops from the Starlight Knights. Of course, with Qin Feng's current military position, it is impossible to obtain any powerful arms. Still useless. Closing the panel, Qin Feng also let out a long breath. The privileges of the Starlight Knights are second, and the exchange of military positions is mainly to persuade some people who want to do something to him. The price of angering the Starlight Knights is not something everyone can afford. He looked at the Starlight Knights who were still a little confused and asked, "Are you enough supplies?" The scorched earth buff of the novice map will exist for a day, and they obviously cannot get out. It is the most sensible to stay in this independent plane. A knight immediately reported. Report to the Tyrant Knight Commander. There is no problem with our supplies, but the ammunition is lacking, and the legendary defense tower is no longer in use. Qin Feng also pondered a little. The task is not over yet, indicating that there may be monsters attacking. But the problem is, he has no time to watch over them. At this time, a Star Knight walked slowly over. Said, the two Knight Commanders have already investigated clearly, this is a Doomsday Secret Realm. 5. Apocalyptic Secret Realm. Irene's eyes also lit up, with a gleam of light. I can feel that this secret realm hides the secrets of the underworld. She looked at Qin Feng with a burning gaze. Knight Commander Tyrant, let's go explore together. The words fell, and the sound of the system also popped up. Ding dong, Knight Commander Aaron has sent you the only hidden task, explore the secret realm, SSS, do you accept it? Explore the secret realm, SSS. Mission description. Knight Commander Irene invites you to explore the hidden secret realm that appears. She can perceive that there seems to be a secret of the underworld hidden in it. Mission difficulty. Unknown. Mission nature. Unique hidden. Mission content. Explore the secrets in the secret realm. Mission reward. Unknown. Qin Feng also blinked. SSS level tasks are still very rare. What's more, it is the only hidden quest of unknown difficulty, and the reward will probably be extremely high. But, Qin Feng still wanted to go by himself. Irene is just an epic power now, and Qin Feng has to be responsible for her safety. Totally a tow bottle. And, the difficulty of this secret realm is actually unknown, and I don't know what terrifying existence is hidden. Qin Feng still wanted to find some potions first, and further improve his strength. Anyway, with the scorched earth buff, I am not afraid that the first pass will be robbed by others. Seeing Qin Feng's embarrassed look, Irene also sighed softly. Sure enough, did this man despise himself for being too weak? She then said directly, Knight Commander Tyrant, I will not hold you back, the big deal is to let me die in battle. 95. Qin Feng also coughed and said, no, I need to find a few bottles of potions now, and the secret realm may be delayed. Potion. Irene also blinked. What potion does the Tyrant Knight Commander need? Talent potion. Hearing this, Irene also blinked her bright eyes. Expert potion. The function is very simple, reducing the strong equipment requirements of the equipment. Could it be that Qin Feng still has some powerful equipment that he has not used? How strong is his strength? She also took a deep breath, and then took a hand out of her backpack. I have it here, but it's only gold. Ah, this. Qin Feng's eyes are also bright. This Irene, is really going to happen. He also took it directly. Immediately, there was a bottle of potion exuding blue light in his hand. Intermediate Master Potion. Description. After drinking, you can adapt to the power that you can't have temporarily. Grade. Gold. Grade 1. Effect. You can wear equipment that is level 15 higher than yourself for 1 day. Extractable. It takes no effort to get it. Qin Feng also started to extract directly. Ding dong, you use the SSS level skill Aura Extraction triggered a 6,000-fold increase, and obtained the Aura IVMAX. Aura of Supreme Adaptation IVMAX. Description. The aura that is too powerful to exist is enveloped by the aura, and you can use all equipment. Level. Max. Effect. All units ignore all equipment requirements and level restrictions. Current status. Closed. Done. In Qin Feng's heart, the 710 was also very comfortable, and the Halo system was still as powerful as ever. Originally, the Master Potion only took effect on a single target, either a player or a hero. But now, after a wave of increase, it is directly effective for all units. This means that Qin Feng's heroes and units can ignore the requirements for the use of equipment. Qin Feng directly put several pieces of Shenxuan-level equipment in the backpack into the equipment slot. Immediately, a fiery red slender cloak appeared behind Qin Feng, and invisible flames kept beating on it. In his fingers, there was also a fiery red ring that released a strong hatred. Irene on the side also widened her eyes. This feeling is clearly the fluctuation of the divine weapon. And her gaze also fell on Qin Feng's wrist. How did she feel that this bracelet, which released colorful rays of light, had an extremely terrifying aura. At this time, Qin Feng felt relieved. Cool. In this wave, the 2 artifacts and 1 holy grade equipment that could not be equipped before were all equipped. His strength has reached an extremely terrifying level, and he even thinks that he can go solo to a legendary boss. At this time, Qin Feng scratched his face and asked, do you still have the medicine? Aaron was also taken aback. Qin Feng is a peerless powerhouse. Why are you so thirsty for medicine? She also turned over her backpack and said, yes. Qin Feng took a few small crystal bottles from her hand, and then checked their properties. Intermediate Life Potion. Intermediate Magic Potion. Starlight Purification Potion. Intermediate Secret Realm Reward Potion. As the Knight Commander of the Starlight Knights, Irene still carries quite a lot of potions. But, after a hard fight, many of the potions had already been consumed. The rest are mostly some common red medicine and blue medicine. Only the last 2 bottles caught Qin Feng's attention. Qin Feng's eyes also lit up. It was actually the Purification Potion and Secret Reward Potion of the Astral Knights. As a super large force spanning the entire universe, the Starlight Knights naturally have their own alchemy system. Many of these recipes, they are strictly confidential, not at all. Purifying Potion, as the name suggests, can free troops from all control states and skills. War in this game, there are naturally all kinds of debuffs, such as burning, freezing, weakness, dizziness. And some arms are known for their ability to control. Various arms and equipment may also have control skills. The effect of this bottle of medicine is also very simple. After use, it can remove the control effect on itself. Of course, there are restrictions, and only the state below level 10 can be lifted. Like the 100 level burn imposed by Qin Feng, the intermediate level potion naturally cannot be lifted. And intermediate Secret Realm Reward Potion. The effect is very simple and rude, directly increasing the rewards when clearing the secret realm. This potion is extremely rare, and is often used at the same time as Harvest Potion, but it is the most favored by various gold mining teams. At this time, Qin Feng also started to extract directly. Ding dong, you use the SSS level skill Aura Extraction, which triggered a 4,000-fold increase, and obtained the aura, the highest purification aura IVMAX. Ding dong, you use the SSS level skill Intermediate Rift Reward Potion, which triggered a 7,000-fold increase, and obtained the Halo Supreme Rift Reward Halo IV 7000. Aura of Supreme Purification IVMAX. Explanation. The halo that is too powerful and should not exist, no matter how strong the negative effect, will be purified. Level. Max. Effect. All units trigger Purge LVMAX every second. Current status. Closed. Supreme Rift Reward Halo IV 7000. Description. The halo that is too powerful and should not exist, as long as you clear the secret realm, the reward will be extremely rich. Level. 7000. Effect. When you clear the secret realm, you will get 7,000 times the reward. Current status. Closed. Hiss. Seeing the effect of the 2 halos, Rao was Qin Feng, and his eyes widened. The most advanced purification skills. This wave can only be said to be a bit outrageous. In the game War, the control effect is naturally graded. The higher the level, the longer the duration will generally be, and the less effect will be reduced. But Qin Feng's purification is directly at full level. This means that even those terrifying powerhouses of the 9th rank of Shenshuan have a control skill on Qin Feng. In the next second, it is still directly unlocked. This is extremely terrifying. As for the second halo, it's even more out of the world. 7,000 times the reward of the secret realm. You must know that the rewards of the secret realm are already extremely rich, and some guilds can even earn a lot of money by only clearing the difficult secret realm once a week. And Qin Feng, clearing a level once is equivalent to 7,000 clearances by others. How does anyone else play? Qin Feng also closed the skill panel satisfactorily. He also pondered for a while, and then left the 10,000-year-old elf shooter to assist the defense. After all, half of the urgent task has been completed, and it is a pity to give up now. And this Eternity Elf shooter, the impact on the combat power is not too big. They have already reached full level, and even if they are out of Qin Feng's halo range, their fighting ability is extremely strong. You can completely defend this stronghold. Qin Feng and Irene came to the secret realm. This is a non-stop spinning, foggy portal. Irene also looked at the gray portal with a solemn expression, and said, I can feel that it is filled with a very strong aura of death. Qin Feng also nodded and checked the situation of the secret realm. Underworld Fissure. Description of the secret realm. The fissure that appears here for some unknown reason seems to be connected to somewhere in the underworld. Rift level, 50. Rift difficulty, Doom fixed difficulty. The nature of the secret, the only hidden, disappears after customs clearance. Restrictions on the secret realm. At the same time, a maximum of 1W players are allowed to attack together, and each player can bring in a maximum of 100W troops. Tip: Underworld Rift may also be connected to other planes, please be vigilant. Level 50 Doomsday Secret Realm. Seeing the information about the secret realm, Qin Feng also took a deep breath. It has to be said that the difficulty of the Doomsday Secret Realm is still relatively high. It is possible to allow 10,000 players at the same time to share the strategy. This is of course prepared for various big guilds. If everyone's team is full, it will directly be 10 billion troops to attack at the same time. The difficulty can be imagined. If you want to pass the customs alone, it's just like a fool's dream. However, Qin Feng didn't hesitate to enter the secret realm directly. Ding dong, you are about to enter the Underworld Rift Doomsday level secret realm. This secret realm is extremely difficult, do you want to confirm it? Confirm. Ding dong, you have entered the secret realm. Underworld Fissure. Time limit, 23 hours and 59 minutes. If you die or withdraw voluntarily, it will be regarded as a failure of the strategy. Ding dong, you are entering a Doomsday level secret realm. All troops attribute minus 50%, monster attributes plus 50%, and the reward is fixed at 5 times when the secret realm is cleared. Ding dong, you have triggered that Supreme Rift Reward Halo IV 7000, the current rift is 35,000 times the reward when you clear the customs. Ding dong, you have triggered the Highest Purification Aura LVMAX, and all the debuffs in the current secret realm have been cleared. Ding dong, the current secret realm task has been issued. Kill monsters 0/3 billion. A series of voices from the system fell, and Qin Feng was also a little confused. This is too outrageous, isn't it? Doomsday level secret realm. The difficulty is naturally directly full, and the attributes of monsters are enhanced, and the attributes of all players' troops will be greatly weakened. Besides Qin Feng, this debuff can actually be purified by LVMAX. This is a bit too much. And 35,000 times the customs clearance reward. Is it so scary? This meant that, with just one piece of equipment, Qin Feng obtained 35,000 pieces in minutes. One gold coin is 35,000. This income ratio is indeed a bit against the sky. Thinking of this, Qin Feng also took a deep breath. If there is a chance in the future, he must explore more secret realms. At this time, Qin Feng also knew his secret mission. It's not complicated, you need to kill a certain number of monsters. But this task condition, need to kill 3 billion monsters. Qin Feng can only sigh with emotion. No wonder it is a Doomsday level secret realm that requires 10,000 people to conquer, and the mission conditions are enough to scare ordinary people away. At this time, Qin Feng had already led his troops into the depths of the secret realm. Just as the troops moved, countless monsters suddenly appeared in the dark shadows. Qin Feng threw it away with an investigative technique. Underworld 4-clawed beast, 8th order, 50 level. Double-headed wolf in the underworld, level 8, level 60. Zhaodas, Underworld Soul Wizard, 9th order, level 65. Advanced arms. Rao is Qin Feng, and frowns slightly. As a limited-time secret realm at this stage, Qin Feng has infinite doubts that even if a novice player from All Blue Star came, he would not be able to defeat these mobs at all. The average rank of the monsters is around the 8th rank, and the rank is not low, and the equipment bar is also filled with a lot of equipment. Of course, they are all stepping on the bonus buff of the secret realm. Monsters with these attributes, even Irene, have solemn expressions in their eyes. Qin Feng also snorted coldly, waved his hand directly, and let the troops attack directly. Immediately, countless arrows flew out, accompanied by a dazzling explosion of fire, but the monsters fell like straws. Looking at Qin Feng's speed of clearing monsters, Irene also opened her mouth slightly. This is too outrageous, isn't it? Although I have seen it before, how do I feel now? This man is even more terrifying. On Qin Feng's side, he also blinked. Is this really an advanced unit in the secret realm? Is it too weak? It's no different from the mid-level arms I've encountered before. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.